the Box plays City of Mist for WAVA. WAVA, sorry.
We
went over this right now.
We did go over this. We're doing a charity event tonight.
10 seconds in and already horribly things gone wrong.
That's all right. Just stop the stream and start over.
Oh, okay, let's start over.
Take two.
Hey, well, everybody, welcome to Fresh Out the Box. I'm Johanan, and today we are doing a stream for charity, and I will be playing Bodhi.
I'll be playing Luke Chow. My name is Gary, and you can follow me at Casualty CDG. I like how this time you just skipped saying it because you didn't want to say guava. It's WAVA. WAVA. Not guava, WAVA. Tony?
Tony Vasinda. I'm Chief Alchemist over at +1EXP. You can find us at +1EXP.com. And I am playing, you know what? Last time we talked about this, and every time the first time I tried to say it on stream, I feel like I'm going to do it wrong. Tlaloc. Tlaloc. Playing Big T tonight. It's like I do every night. Kelly.
T. Big T playing Little T. I'm Kelly. My pronouns are they, them. I am here repping WAVA, and I am playing Scarlet, which this time I know is Little Red Riding Hood. I did not realize that last time. So I am excited to play my messy lesbian character again.
And I'm Amit Moshe, creator of City of Mist, and I'm here to play a game with these awesome guys, awesome characters.
And tonight is our first ever charity stream, first ever charity event, and it's, of course, a really important cause to us. I'm a retired human trafficking and child crimes detective, so it's very passionate to me, helping women that are in need, helping people that have been hurt, cast aside, and supporting a charity and cause of that is awesome. And, you know, just because I don't have the badge anymore doesn't mean I can't help. You guys can help. We can all help. Kelly's got more details. I'm going to let Kelly do the spiel, and then we're gonna start playing.
Cool. So I've got the little spiel. I'm historically bad at reading, so I might stumble over this, but it's okay. WAVA Rape Crisis Center provides free of charge gender-affirming support services to survivors of sexualized violence with shared experience of gendered oppression, including cis and trans women and trans, non-binary, and two-spirit survivors. Support services include victim services, hospital, court, and police accompaniment, and individual and group counseling. A donation of only $35 funds 1 hour of crisis support on WAVA's toll-free 24-hour-a-day nationwide crisis and information line. Streaming for survivors is taking place all weekend long, with streamers from across the globe trying to raise $10,000 for survivors of sexualized violence. We're already, I think, up to 6K, so I think we'll make it.
Damn! Congratulations! Yeah. That's a great start.
We want to blow that away.
Absolutely. We have set a goal for $200 for our stream today. There is a live ticker at the top of our stream. I have put the link in the chat, and I will periodically repost it for you to click, donate, give what you can. Let's try to help these people be taken care of and get the help they so very much need and deserve.
Well said.
Absolutely. Okay, we're ready to dive in?
Yes, sir.
Very ready.
Okie dokie, let's do this. So, we are going to play City of Mist, a game where you play ordinary people with legendary powers. And today, we are going to play a game called, or a case called The Furnace, which could get pretty trippy. So, brace yourselves, and we'll start by actually becoming familiar with our crew and maybe spend a minute talking about what brings you guys together. So maybe you guys can just say something about your character. And I did notice today that the characters are quite young. All the characters are quite young, even though we have a very wide range of ages in City of Mist. So that could be a beginning for something. Yeah, maybe a little bit more about your character. If you don't mind, you can just go in order, or
absolutely
in order of appearance.
I'm Bodhi. I I live in my mom's basement. Hard for me to imagine, I know. And I don't believe that the world outside this basement is 100% real. So I perceive everything through this lens of the internet and video games, pop culture. And through it, I have found peace. Peace in the style of Shaolin meditation. I looked it up online. So
that's like whenever you play a whole lot of Dungeons and Dragons, and then every show that you watch is Dungeons and Dragons, and every character is Dungeons and Dragons, and you can turn everything into a D&D build like that.
I had to break my brain doing that, stop it from doing that, 'cause it ruined everything eventually.
You know what's the worst is if you cut your teeth playing GURPS, where you literally can stat anyone and everything within the GURPS. It's a million times worse.
That can do your head in.
I did marathon session GTA once, and then when I walked out the door, thought I should start stealing cars, which...
We're so glad you didn't. We're so glad you're here with us today and didn't commit Grand Theft Auto on that fateful day. I'll be playing the part of Luke Chow, which is a gender-swapped Lily Chow. Luke Chow is a runaway punk who is fleeing his high-flying executive parents after discovering what they really do for a living. The secret they were hiding is Iron Hans, a magician giant who soon became her companion, protector, and unusual big brother, and who she fondly calls my magical green giant. Even ever since she freed him, Hans has been protecting Lily from whatever threat she comes across. Besides being virtually indestructible, Hans is a real sorcerer supreme, a master of the magical arts, capable of conjuring creatures of fantasy, summoning magical items, transforming matter, and manipulating the environment.
Awesome.
I'm going to drop Iron Hans's face here just to back you up. I don't know if
Nice.
it's visible.
If you put it beneath Talik's picture, it will be visible.
There we go.
Ooh.
There it is, a little higher.
A little bit higher
A
now.
little bit higher. There it is. Oh, look, he's peeking. He's peeking over the railing.
Whoop.
Let's put it here.
Speaking of Talik, I'm playing as Talik, who is a 2-bit crook who can talk his way out of anything, a wheeler and dealer from Miller's Square, seedy underbelly who fancies himself a big fish. However, deep down inside, he has a heart of gold, which makes him a diamond in the rough. He never meant to be helping anyone but himself, but then he awakened the mythos of Talik, the Aztec god of rain and lightning. His newfound powers enable him to call upon storms and manipulate or even become water. Wherever there is water, there am I. However, he has found his newly gained powers also come with a call to protect the city.
Awesome.
The fixer gone good.
Nice. I didn't realize everyone was reading the bio from the website, so I just quickly pulled it up.
You
that's the way to do
you guys
it.
are really good at this.
I was like, wow, you guys
I
pressed.
didn't get a script. You guys got a script?
I am playing Scarlet. Scarlet found the Red Hood on one fateful night when her girlfriend Jill was kidnapped. She has vowed to never again let anyone separate them. Their young love continues to blossom, and they've become inseparable. It's Jill and Scarlet to the very end. The powers given to her by the Hood help her track and hunt down those who would harm the young and innocent. This is very topical. I like it. This teenage...
Kelly, are you playing the more aggro version of Scarlet?
I don't know. That's up to me, because last session I used one of the abilities that basically destroy one of your core cards. So we'll see.
Yeah, you can flip one of your cards into another card if you want.
All right.
But then you'll have to come up with the tags. So that's up to you.
Maybe I'll do that while everyone else is talking.
We could probably, as long as you leave one of your cards mostly untouched, we could probably do that during the break, and that could be kind of fun.
Cool. So I just won't use Innocent Threat until I figure out what to do with it.
Hey, if you've got to use it, you know?
Yeah.
Which sucks because that's where all of my stealth is.
I think all of us love this game. Is really dope. I think we'd all like to see the way the cards flip and upgrade. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I'm very excited to play. I was very jealous Gary got to play before.
Cool, yeah. So we're definitely about to start playing it now, so everyone's going to get their go. Let's start. We're going to, I think, just because you're all young people, we're just going to start you all in a night and it's just a random night, but a strange night because all of you, maybe separately, maybe Tlaloc remembers Scarlet from, well, they've been working together from last session, or maybe not, but all of you found yourselves at a very strange club called the Bowl. The Bowl. The Bowl, you don't know why it's called, you got an invitation, and it's an interesting invitation because the bowl is really a rave, which changes location every time. It's every night, and this time they're asking you to arrive at a silo in the industrial zone of the city, and just kind of walk into the silo and wait to be for your next clue on how to get into that rave. But I don't know, maybe Bodhi, maybe it's time to try the real world or the unreal world. The other guys, you've heard of all kinds of stuff going down there, especially some kind of drug that it depends on what side of drug abuse you are, and if you're trying to, if you're interested in trying it and like flying into new places, or you're kind of against it and you're trying to fight crime. But there's something going on in that club, and you're going to find out what.
I've got a fun pitch for why we're all here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I like the idea that this is the instance of Tlaloc and Scarlet from the previous one, and that Tlaloc is helping, basically trying to like got Scarlet into like a program to try to manage this like darker, edgier side, and that like just like a group therapy setting, and so Tlaloc like volunteered, said like, okay, like I'll go with you if you go. Like that was the deal. So he's like the co-mentor in the group, and that Luke and Bodhi were both members of that group for different reasons. And the spin on this is like, we all thought it would be good for Bodhi to get out, and this is the worst possible choice of a place for us to get.
Absolutely.
But I 100% think it was like, yeah, like we should get Bodhi out. There's this party happening.
This is the only place that Bodhi would agree to go.
We have to find it.
We tried to get Bodhi to agree. He's like, no, the only way I'm going out is if it's for a rave, thinking that would like push us off, and we're like, all right.
It's like playing GeoGuessr IRL.
I like to think that Jill also came because her and Tlaloc have been working together to make Scarlet less dark and mysterious.
Murdery.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jill is with you guys. You are the five of you walk into that silo when you find a big, strong lady, quite tall, taller than everyone here, that's for sure. Kind of towering over you at the far end of the inside of the silo, and she's looking at you. There is something on her forehead. You're not quite sure. You've seen people in the city looking differently, sometimes when they power up or do something that's kind of legendary, but it's hard to tell when they're not using their powers. And there's something going on. You don't know if it's kind of dark. You don't really exactly see what it is, but this big muscular lady is looking at you and kind of looking you up and down. And so
wow,
what are pretty faces like this doing in a dirty silo like that?
Stay back, guys. I think she's a sub boss.
All right, I'm done. Nothing's going on here. Let's head home.
Don't you know who we are?
We're gonna give it a little bit. We're here, just to have like a good time. This looked like a fun party, and we had heard it was going to be a blast, so we figured we'd swing by.
Right. Okay. So there's only one thing that you need to do, of course, to get in. You have to tell me, who am I?
You don't know who you are?
Shouldn't there be
Oh,
one?
I know, but I'm not sure you do.
Are you lost?
You'll be lost if you don't.
I'll tell
take
you
that
who
attitude.
you are. I step up. I've got my hair spiked up in a green mohawk, and I wear a leather jacket that's cut off at the midriff. with a tight T-shirt underneath and a bunch of chains. I have jeans that are all torn up and high punk spiky boots and a black spiky leather belt. And I step up and say, "I'll tell you who you are. You're the jerk blocking our way in."
Bold approach, friend.
Yeah.
Boy, you don't want to start this with me, I'm telling you.
Maybe I should
If
consult
you've been
better.
around long enough in this town, all you got to do is look twice, and you'll get the okay to go in. But if you're looking for trouble, you're going to find yourself very far, very fast. Very far from here, that is.
It seems like wherever we go, trouble finds us.
She rolls her eyes and she's
who
kind of
is
looking at the girls. Please help me out here. I really don't want to punch his lights out.
Are there any clues?
Well,
Roll
you can
perception.
investigate. You can certainly investigate.
I'm gonna
and
try
find out.
to look at her stat block.
That's awesome. You do that. Look at her stat blocks. Are you gonna kind of tap into reality itself or unreality itself and try to get the information out of that? Great. So you're investigating.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Where's that one?
let's
That
see.
one is my middle one. No. Was that the Unreal cannot hold me? I should use, huh?
Yeah, whatever. Actually, well, let's do it this way. So in City of Mist, you can investigate using your tags, and that's kind of most of the game. But in cases where you're trying to tap into the realm of the legendary, you can actually roll investigate with the number of legendary themes that you have. So I don't know if everybody can see that, but basically every character is made out of 4 themes. And let's try and pull out Bodhi's 4 themes.
I
character
believe I have
sheet.
2 legendary themes.
And you have 2 legendary themes. So what you can do is you can give yourself +2 power, regardless of tags. You don't have to check any boxes for tags. +2 power, and just roll investigate and see if your mythos, as you described it, just kind of tapping into her stat block, can tell you what she is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so as everything with PBTA games, our categories are 6 or less. It's a miss, and I get to do a bad thing. 7 to 9.
Yes.
It's mild success or success with complication, or 10 or more. It's a great success. In your case, it's a mild success, which means that you get a number of clues equal to your power. In this case, it's 2. So you get 2 clues. And what do you do with clues? You ask a question. So each clue you can trade for a question that you ask me, and I give you a hint, a lead, or a straight up answer, depending on how we are and where we are in the investigation. So you can just straight up ask me whatever you want, or 2 questions rather.
Let's see. What should my questions be here? Do you have any weaknesses?
So the question should be obviously what you want to know. You can definitely look if she has any weaknesses, and you see the stat block, and you definitely see like highlighted there, corruption, everything to do with evil is a not just evil in general, but just like corruption and that kind of unholy element is a weakness for this woman.
I'll just kind of do this and be like, I just realized I can just look at her name on her stat block. I'm sorry, it's like right above her head.
What?
Exactly. So
What's
as
going
you're kind of looking at
Who are
her
you?
and she's got this neon frame around her, you see her name is Agatha, but underneath
Who's
you
Agatha?
see her legendary aspect, which is a unicorn. And as you realize that, you see around her forehead rainbow-colored horn or unicorn's horn grow, and you realize what she is, and it's kind of like you're kind of zoning in and understanding what you've been seeing all this time. It's not like you haven't seen it, but there is something in the city that keeps hiding these truths from you.
I thought 100% thought of me was going to be like her level is too high and you can't tell what her name
Yes,
is.
skull.
However, you feel that she also sees you. So there's a complication in your move, and whoever or whatever you are asking the question can ask you one question in return, and she's basically asking the same question, and you realize that she sees you, a fat, hairy monk in red robes, the spirit of basically the founder of the Shaolin temple.
I'll enter like a kind of like a mini cutscene where like I'll have like a background and cherry blossoms blow behind me. I'll be like, Agatha, the unicorn, pure as the driven snow. Of course, it's so clear now.
Awesome. Do you say that to her?
Yes, I say all of that out loud for everybody with like an anime background.
Glasses go shing.
Right. So as you guys kind of, as Bodhi says it, you too start seeing it, all of you, except for Jill. Jill is kind of hanging next to you and says, "What are they talking about?"
I don't know. I'm not going to tell her. I'm just going to be like, I don't know. These people are strange. I think Tulloch has some strange friends that he met online.
Funny that they call you the unicorn. Based on your stature, I'd have called you the rainbow rhino.
Don't worry, little guy. If you want to really have a tussle with me, go inside and I'll meet you later after my shift. You'll soon find out what happens inside.
You're not worth the sweat.
As I pass, are we allowed to go in then? Is she just letting us pass?
Right, so the pass is right into the wall of the silo, but she kind of taps it 3 times, and you realize there's a door there. And as the door shows up, or appears to your eyes, you also start hearing the thuds of a rave, or this kind of a synthwave club.
As we pass, I'm going to, like, with my arm around Jill, look at the bodyguard and be like, listen, I don't know who these people are, and if anything goes down, I'm not with them. We're just here to have a good night.
Scarlet!
We're just here to have a good... I know him. I don't know the other 2 people, so good looking out. Make sure that, you know...
Nobody's asking what's taking you so long.
Things are good.
As you kind of pass through, maybe you and Jill are kind of last, Agatha puts her hand on your shoulder and says, you sure you want to bring her? This is no place for people that aren't ready for what they're about to see.
I kind of like put my hand on her hand and like tighten a bit, and I'm like, anything in there hasn't met me yet. I can keep her safe.
She raises her hand and kind of backs up with respect, and you guys enter.
5 shots! 5 shots! One for everybody!
I always like it when these bosses have dialogue options that you can use to beat them.
You mean talk? You mean conversations with people?
Buddy, remember we talked about this, like, when you talk about people as if they were objects, those dialogue options become more aggressive.
Hey, virtual reality is still reality.
Let's make that 10 shots! 10! 5 more!
Okay. So, you enter the bowl, and very soon you find a rich assortment of very, very different individuals in very different states of shapes and forms. Most of them look like, the usual rave crowd, but if you keep your eyes for 2 seconds on any of them, you start seeing through whatever it is that is making the city so strange, and you start seeing some very, very interesting true forms, legends and tales of any kind of culture you can think of, any time period. Welcome to the Rift Underworld. Inside this crazy club, which is mostly made out of concrete, there is a big concrete dip, or like a bowl, a literal bowl, where 2 creatures are battling it out. And everyone around is kind of looking and cheering. It looks like this is a place for people like you to really let loose.
Oh.
And
that's good.
And actually, it would be interesting to hear how do your characters respond when you discover this treasure trove? Maybe if the first time you see that many people like you in one place.
I see some of them purchased premium skins.
This place is a living heaven, and I take spray paint off of my belt and start spraying the walls.
I think like Tlaloc is like looking around like appreciatively, like he's run events, he's run venues, he's seen a lot of things like this. I think I may have known there was something like this that existed, but this is like this for me. Yeah. I think for my characters, this is confirmation. Like, oh, this is the thing I've been hearing about that I everybody says existed, but nobody was 100% sure. Like, this is it.
Yeah. If you're more tapped into the Rift Underworld, you're a little bit more kind of a little bit more mature in your awakening. Then you definitely have heard of the Bull as like a place for people to explore. You do notice that some people are kind of more open here. Others are wearing masks. You know that not everyone has kind of come to terms in the same way with the legend within. Right. So you're digging it, and you're even reading a little bit more than some of your more wide-eyed friends.
Yeah, I think this is almost like 2 and 2. Like the human side of the world was like, there's this fight club and there's a place where people go to like do stuff, and like there's all these raves that happen, and nobody, but we can't like people have been talking about this event, but not knowing that it was a Rift thing, and then the Rift side is being able to put 2 and 2 together right now.
I think Scarlet is eyeing the Bull and is now suspicious that she was brought here to like work out aggression, because she doesn't realize that nobody else knew what the fuck this place was.
Luke Chow is doing shots, partying, spray painting, having a good time with the locals.
I read about this place on Reddit.
I think Jill is trying to get Scarlet to dance, but she's like up against the wall, just like nursing a drink now.
I am going to play Dance Dance Revolution.
Make sure it's in a bag.
You mean, are you just going to go dance?
I'm going for the high score, thank you.
All right. Well, let us know if you win, if you beat them.
Oh, you'll know.
Is it multiplayer?
I'll start dancing, and then numbers will start popping up near me.
What the fuck?
What? Huh.
And yeah, it's cool. 2-player if you want. Yeah.
Now we got we have premium currency to buy these drinks if you want one.
Ooh. Yeah, give me a Nuka-Cola.
Speaking of premium currency, what are we doing down here instead of up there in the VIP section?
Speaking of the VIP section, you notice an individual that's kind of eyeing you since you came in. And let's find him. I don't know if we can see the corner on the screen there, John, but I just put a token there.
Can't fix that.
It's Rambo.
It's Rambo. It's Australian Rambo. This guy, he's with a bunch of other characters. Just like rave people are coming and going, but he seems to be really intently looking at you and kind of just trying to evaluate you. Tlaloc, you're thinking maybe you know this guy, or maybe not know, but more like heard of this guy. He's probably the owner, and from his, kind of Aboriginal look and art that he's bearing on his chest, you kind of put 2 and 2 together, and this is probably the person known as Eddie Dreamtime. Extremely powerful, well-connected, and some say dangerous individual.
Is he drinking anything?
No, he's just kind of lounging and looking at you guys. You're obviously people who are maybe less connected wouldn't know who this guy is, wouldn't know why he's looking at you. But you probably you know the underworld, so
yeah. I'll walk up to him. We'll kind of make my way over that direction. Not like straight up to him, but I'll make my way around the bowl over that way.
Yeah. So you're kind of moseying on and approaching him.
Yeah, and when I get close, I'll be like, Eddie, Dreamtime.
He kind of takes a deep sigh and he says, "That's me."
Is this your place? You do this?
He nods silently, in a very, with a look full of intent.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, many people think that.
Do you think that?
Well, I think it's a place for people to, be themselves. What's your poison? What did you always want to do and never did?
Oh, I mean, I usually did what I wanted to do.
Then maybe you're not in the top list of clients for this place.
I mean, a place where I can do what I want to do and not have to worry about doing it. I mean, there's always an advantage in that.
That's the idea. Let's see, you have some friends who are maybe looking to explore.
Yeah, I mean, different things, but all of them are here exploring something.
Okay. Feel free to, try things out. Check out the bowl. Let's see what you got.
All right. Anything especially exciting happening tonight?
We can discuss that after. We'll see you guys in action a little bit.
I would like to thank our donators so far, Jenny and Bobby.
Hey!
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting to our goal. We're getting money. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Tell your friends.
That's already 2 hours of crisis support.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're at that $70 marker already. That's good. Thank you so much for donating. I very much appreciate it.
Hell yeah. I'm also going to be scoping out, looking if anyone is not just here to let loose, but is maybe here for more nefarious means.
Yeah, go ahead and investigate for that. And Tony, I did want to say, Lalo can investigate or even convince to maybe try to get more. If you're trying to get more information out of Eddie Dreamtime, you can definitely investigate for that as well.
Yeah, I think I am.
Can I use
Cool.
observant and easy to ignore for my tags?
That sounds
Specifically
pretty much,
Wallflower.
exactly what you need.
It's an 8.
Okay.
Yep.
So, you got 2 clues. What's your first question?
Does anybody look hostile outside of the bowl toward us?
You don't. I mean, you see some people making faces and checking you out, and maybe it's their weird way of, kind of like making contact. But you don't think that anyone is particularly hostile. No.
Is there anybody that I think I could take?
Well, not everyone is going to be in the bowl tonight. So yeah, there's a couple of people who you think you could take. You might be mistaken. I will say that there are, going back to your original question, there is definitely someone, dealing in nefarious dealings rather, and you do notice a person it's kind of a Weasley-looking person in a tracksuit, handing out something in the dark corners of one of the back rooms.
Now I feel like I need to ask with this setting. You said Weasley. Is he actually a weasel? Or is he just...
No. Good point. He's just a Weasley-looking person, but he's not actually a weasel. That's true. It's true.
It could be. Yeah, that's a great question.
I will say though that before you as you're looking at them, you lose track of Jill for a second.
Damn it.
And the next time you see her, she's probably looking, for the restroom or something, and she just crosses not too far from that person, and you can't hear them with the loud music, but he calls out to her, and she approaches him.
Oh, dear.
I'm gonna walk up to her, not like immediately hostile to this person, but just to be like with her whenever whatever goes down goes down.
Okay. Cloud, let's see your roll and see what you're getting out of Eddie Dreamtime.
I think I'm definitely. I mean, I can roll investigate if it makes more sense mechanically. I'm definitely going with the. I'm going to try to keep you talking. I'm going to mention things that like are of interest to anybody in the underworld, and so I'm going to use small time fixer, self-driven promoter, and relentless schmoozer. So I can roll convince instead, but I think I don't know if it's investigate makes more sense.
It's investigate. If you're trying to get information, even if you're doing it in a social thing, it's investigate.
Cool.
Okay, also a 9. So also a complication, but a power of 3. So you can ask 3 questions. But because Eddie Dreamtime is no noob, I'm gonna say that you get clues that are fuzzy, incomplete, or part true, part false. So I'm gonna be very vague in my answers.
Cool. So who's the main competition in the bowl tonight?
Well, I think Apollo is really going to give you a run for your money, especially if you're going to do a musical death match. That's a really big success here.
Oh yeah, what's Apollo's jam? What does he like to roll with?
She loves to roll with just like her hand. I forget what these things are called, but it's one of those like keyboards, like keyboard guitars.
Yeah, it's a guitar.
Guitar.
Sorry, there you go.
We got nothing but love for guitars in this chat.
Yeah, he says, and then you kind of notice her, and she's always, of course, surrounded by dazzling lights because she's a polo and she can do that, and she seems to be pretty popular down at the ball.
Did somebody say keytar? I'll be there.
Look dope as hell.
But I bet you've got the inside track on this. Like who's Apollo watching out for?
Oh, well, that's Yanis. I mean, I forget his name now. Something. He has a new stage name, but we're talking Pan here. But he doesn't come down here anymore. I won't allow it. He's in with some bad crew. But listen, we don't have to go around in circles. If there's something you want, you can just say it. This is the place for it.
No, I'm just taking it all in right now. But thanks for the offer. I'll let you know later when I have something.
Sure. Maybe you could do something for me.
Yeah.
See that guy down there, Hans, rather.
Hans. I'm assuming he is in some way, shape, indicating the direction that Hans is. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hans is a very successful DJ, and we're trying to get him to DJ here, but it's getting really hard. His schedule is really blowing up. The weird thing about it is, last week Hans was a nobody. Now, I know how to make reality dance to my tune if I want to. They don't call me Eddie Dreamtime for nothing. But I don't know that Hans can do it. So
yeah, I can.
It'll be interesting to find out how he was able to pull that off.
Yeah, I can definitely ask around about that. Weird question though. If he was a nobody last week, why do you want him to DJ here?
Well, because he's all the rage now.
Ah, okay. All right, you just got your nose, you got your ear to the ground, you got your nose to the grindstone. I can respect that.
Maybe he upgraded his equipment.
Yeah, I'll ask around and see what I can do.
That would be appreciated, and then maybe we can foster a closer relationship, business relationship. Okay. Gary, John, Bodhi, Luke, what are y'all up to?
I'm going to, while everyone's doing this club scene, I'm going to have a few drinks, blend in with the crowd, and see if I can't pick up on the same trail that Scarlett's picking up on, the drug trail that's going on here. Who's getting what, who they're getting it from. I was thinking the old stereotypical make my way into the club bathroom and scope out the scene.
Okay. Go right ahead. You're going into the bathroom. Yeah, why don't you give me an investigate roll and tell me what you use to... Are you going to look around? Are you going to chat to some of the people in the bathroom?
I'm gonna try to blend in and stay quiet and see if I hear anything. So instead of directly approaching, I'm gonna try to sneak around and listen. And I'm gonna use my punk outfit and my evade pursuers skills to sneak.
Nice, I like that.
I did forget to say something earlier, but in our chat, usually people they can use their channel points to give us aid or hurt us, boon or doom. And someone has given Gary a point to use in the bathroom.
Also, +1 power. So you should be at +3 power with all of that.
All right, so we're just gonna add +1 for bathroom.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very
bathroom
much.
Bonus. So it'll be
I was 100% going to hop over there and give a doom, but it's 20 points too expensive just to knock that out.
You have to stick around and wait to play along, Tony. So I rolled it would be a 9 then. I'm showing an 8, but it would have been a 9.
Cool. 9 with the power 3. You got 3 questions you can ask. What's kind of the top thing you're trying to find out?
Is there a drug dealer in this bathroom?
Okay. You hear a couple of people chat in the bathroom. They're actually not talking about any drug deals, but 2 of them are talking about their friend that hasn't showed up, a regular that hasn't showed up in the last night, even though they were supposed to come in, and they're kind of noting it's unusual. And you hear the chat, and it's like, I don't know what happened with her. I mean, she had a match. I don't even know. She never missed a match before. And the other person says, maybe something's wrong with her. And, well, it's Will. She can kick anyone's butt. I don't think anything could be wrong with her. And, this conversation kind of keeps going. You glean the name out of it. Her name is Will Harris. She's an exceptional combatant and a markswoman. She's deadly with a crossbow, apparently, and they're talking about all her moves and things she did. But she hasn't been around for a while, and it's worrying. And one of these 2 people talking mentions that she's been doing candy.
Great. Perfect. I'll make a note of that in my mind notepad and then head back out to a booth and wait for my crew to reassemble.
I like the idea of you just actually whipping out your notepad, which is just another spray paint can, and just spray painting it on the wall.
Spray painting
candy.
Doing candy.
Hey guys, I left a note in the bathroom. Yeah. She went home with a girl named Candy and she never came back.
Sounds like she had a good time and is cool. Like, don't worry about your friend who hooked up.
They eloped and ran away together.
Never saw her again.
Never saw her again. Exactly.
It was I know I sound menacing, but it was a really touching love story.
It was such a loving time. They held hands until the day they died.
Very gritty. Okay, Buddy, what are you doing?
Yeah, after dominating this high score, I am going to go around in pursuit of collectibles. I'm going to check corners, under tables, maybe behind signs. And I'm going to see if I can find the hidden... I don't know what they would be. Theming-wise, I feel like maybe glow sticks. Or...
If you try to find lost glow sticks at a rave, you're going to come back with a lot of fucking glow sticks.
Oh, yeah,
I
I'm going to
collected
get
all
the achievement.
75 what are those things they chew on after...
Pacifiers.
I got all 75 pacifiers.
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and you're investigating as well, and let's see what you find out.
There's a bunch of bags of candy also, but we're not
Absolutely.
exactly sure what kind of candy it is.
Let's see. I'm going to analyze this level. I'm going to spot clickable objects.
I hate that. I hate and love this.
I'm just gonna put all the candy on the table, and we'll just each take a square.
Speaking of candy, I have so many mini eggs.
I have clicked my investigating. It
Oh,
should pop
what's
up
going on over there?
any second now.
Are they malted
Okay.
eggs?
Oh, I have missed.
Like robin's eggs.
Miss. Ooh. Okay, so as you're walking around the bowl trying to look for things to click, you basically kind of end up bumping into the boots of Agatha again. And she says, she kind of bends over to you and she says, "Oh dear, you really are lost. You're not going to do it yourself, right?"
Can I use some of your unicorn hair for crafting?
You're not going to do it yourself. So I'm going to have to do it for you. And she grabs you
Uh-oh.
and tosses you right into the bowl.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna jump up on top of the table and kick the drinks off and start cheering.
You accidentally went into an unskippable cutscene. You chose the wrong path down.
Hey,
when you
guys,
had
I
multiple
found
options.
a secret level.
And as you say that,
Yeah! Get a booty! Woo!
there is a ding, ding, ding bell, and someone announces the match out of the other side, kind of skids down the slope of the bowl. Another short and stout creature.
I'm so excited. I love all of these characters that you're presenting.
AKA Nelly, the garden gnome. So, and he's kind of like, crushing his fist, getting ready for the match. And Agatha announces, exactly. And Agatha announces the death match, which is a fight, obviously, to the death. No joke here. Totally serious. And the bell rings. Ding, ding, ding.
Man, hopefully you brought a backup character.
Yeah.
I will activate the fighting of the Shaolin monks. In addition to tags from my other ability, if I can get that card open. I feel like both of my legendary things could be used here.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want to make a move? Let's see. Hard-headed and temperamental. So Nelly gets 2 tags as he joins the match automatically. That's the kind of adversary he is. So I'm going to just throw that. One tag is hard-headed, and the other tag is temperamental. So these two just kind of describe him.
My tags will be fighting of the Shaolin. I shall use my freedom of movement to outmaneuver him. And I shall use dissipate tangible harm to avoid being hit back.
So what are you doing? Are you kind of playing defensive at this stage and trying to see what he's going to do?
I'm going to wait for him to strike at me, and then I shall unleash the full force of the Shaolin upon him.
Ooh, that would be brutal if it works. Okay. We are just looking for the tag. It's going to be here in a second.
It's sometimes hard to tell when Johananon is sliding between Cody voice and just
Yeah, he can really draw a lot of inspiration from this character from life events.
So we're gonna say
Odie is just Jahan on days that we're not streaming.
Yes. Oh, jeez.
I'm 10 points away from the doom now.
I gave this guy the grease.
Oh,
what did you? Oh, you rolled hit with all your
holy guacamole!
No joke. He did give him the full force of the Shaolin.
Bodhi's gonna kill this guy and then loot his body.
Okay. Bodhi's getting beginner luck. He's getting a clean shot before this guy can do anything. And he rolls 13, which is a power of 3. So you can give him a status of any kind of tag that you want. Describing exact. What do you thump him? Do you?
I hit him with my fingertips in the back, and I paralyze him.
Yeah.
So you're going to give him Paralyze 3 as a baseline on this move, but you can choose 2 upgrades. You can choose to take cover or secure a superior position and basically not get attacked back, not get a counterattack. You can choose to get him good and then improve that status to tier 4. You can control the collateral damage, which doesn't make a lot of sense here, hold his attention, or gain juice, which is kind of like a bonus for your next attack. Which 2 options do you choose?
I shall get the juice, and I shall avoid the counterattack. Because you cannot hit a true master of Shaolin.
You cannot hit a true master of the Shaolin. And he does try, but to no avail. Because you are dodging him like a master of Shaolin dodges everyone.
There is no try, only do.
Only Sith deal with absolutes.
Okay, so can you guys see the tags? I'm going to add a status here. He's paralyzed. He's seething. He's angry. He doesn't know what to do. And we're going to cut it there to the next, to the other characters for a minute and find out what's happening in the darker sides of the bowl.
Ooh.
Yes, so Scarlet, you and Jill is already speaking to this guy. You're coming closer, standing next to her. He says, so what are you guys here for? What are you looking for?
Just here to relax. Just here to relax, you know.
Hey, Houston Dad, thanks for the sub.
Yeah.
Thanks, Houston Dad.
Sorry. We're also halfway to our goal tonight.
Yeah.
We are.
Good job, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like hands are still in the pocket of my coat and like just real like tight body language. And I'm like, I don't know, just here to unwind, let loose, whatever. What are you offering?
Well, I mean, we've got something special. I don't know if it's gonna work for your friend here, but might be a little too strong for her, if you know what I mean.
Got anything weaker for, DD?
Well, it's especially for people who are in tune, if you know what I mean. But this is pretty powerful stuff. You can do anything with it, and I mean anything. It's like you're not gonna get it. Won't be able to get enough of it. It's like candy.
What's it called?
Guess. And he waves the bag in front of your face, and it actually does look like candy. It just looks like regular candy.
Happy Fun Time Extreme Pills.
Well, you gotta try it once to see what he does. But I'm telling you, anything you wish for, anything you want, this stuff can take you there.
All right, how much?
50 for the first time.
Do I have any money to speak of?
Yeah, I believe it.
All right, probably brought some for drinks.
If you dig deep and pass on some drinks, you can get a pop.
All right, but I'm not doing them here. In the middle of a rave seems like the worst place to try a new drug. So
what? That's the only place to try new drugs.
A new drug, one that you're used to, sure, but yeah, I'll hand him 50 and I'll take it.
Cool. You have one piece of candy. It just looks like candy. It doesn't even look necessarily like a drug. And he doesn't, he talks like a drug dealer, but whenever he talks about it, it's more like have your wish fulfilled kind of drug.
Okay, I'm gonna.
So it's kind of hard to tell if it's just a part of his like pusher jargon or language, or is it actually what it does?
All right. Well, thanks. We're gonna go get more drinks and hang out with our friends.
You do that, and if you need any more, in order to find me.
Standing right here where you're are you just gonna be around?
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say in order to find me.
Okay.
You're an awkward little one, huh? Have fun.
All right. I'm gonna try to find Talalik because he's the only one here that I know good enough.
As you scan the room, you see me standing on top of a table, slam dancing by myself.
Just shake my head. Just
not even connected to the music. Like it's not even what the music is like. It's actually kind of a slow jam right now.
It's for the fight that Bodhi's having.
Right.
I'm all about it.
I'm gonna be making my way kind of casually kind of dance moving through the crowd over towards Hans.
Okay, yeah. You approach. Hans is kind of interested in this new fight. New guy, new fighter. Seems to be off to a pretty good start. I mean, he already partially paralyzed Nelly. So yeah, he's pretty excited. The crowd is roaring. The little garden gnome is trying to kind of move more, but at some point he just kind of disappears.
Uh-oh.
And he gives you Bodhi a status called Can't Find Nelly. So the way to, is if there's anything that allows you to see through illusion, to see the invisible, you can invoke that in a move called Face Danger in order to try and avoid this status.
I feel like Dissipate Tangible Harm will come into play here. And also, I would like to analyze this level. And
definitely analyze this level. I Dissipate Tangible because he's not attacking right now.
Gotcha.
You can use it. Right now, he's just trying to be invisible.
Would he be a object that could potentially be clickable that I could try to spot?
Yeah, I see that. I can see how the video game is badly pixelating something to make it want to look invisible, and you're trying to see it. Yeah.
And is there any way I can use my either Shaolin training or a scroll of ancient power to reveal my adversary?
You can do that, but when you use your tags this way, you have to kind of create a tag from these tags. So if you have a generic tag that says Scrolls of Ancient Power and you want to find the Scroll of Ancient Power of Revealing Invisibility, you have to do this interim move called Change the Game that makes you make new tags. Ooh. And you can do that if you want.
I would like to do that. That sounds fun.
Cool. So first we'll change the game with just the tag of the scrolls, and let's see how that goes. And then you can use those tags to boost your anti-invisibility roll.
Absolutely. Ancient scrolls and tablets. And this is going to be Change the Game. Here we go. It's a good character sheet. I like the character sheet.
Yeah, it's an awesome one created by one of the fans. Awesome. Nice. So, very good. You roll very well. You start with, technically you start with 1 juice. When you roll 10 or more, you start with 2 juice. And basically every point of juice allows you to create a new tag. and you can make those tags last longer and affect the greater area. But right now, let's say that you take a kind of a long-term tag of reveal invisibility, dispel illusion scroll, something like that. Is that what you were going for?
Yes. Yes, I would like to be able to see through this illusion.
So roll again, face danger, and put 1+1 for that scroll, and then check those other tags that you mentioned that you're using, and let's see if you're going to be affected by his invisibility power or not.
Oh, I am very excited here. Face danger. Here it comes. Here it comes. Yeah!
Boom, boom.
Whoa! Wow, you're rolling awesome, and he's fading away, but you can describe how the power of Shaolin and clickable objects allows you to spot exactly where he is.
I shall go into a kung fu stance, and I shall have kaleidoscope arms show up all around me. And then one of them shall unravel the scroll, and I see through your trickery. And then I'll see him.
Definitely, he's totally pissed. He flickers back into existence, still half paralyzed. He seems quite vulnerable right now. And if you're going to land the final blow, it can only be now.
It can only be now.
Kill him.
They said it's a fight to the death, but I don't really want to kill him. Can I, incapacitate him?
Yeah, you can. You're in control. You don't have to. Let's see what happens if you don't kill him.
Let's see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and obviously use the fighting of the Shaolin. Would I be able to use my freedom of movement to very quickly, shadow jaunt behind him like a video game ninja to deliver this blow from an advantageous position?
Sure, you can definitely do that.
Alrighty. I just wanted to have at least a +2 here.
You can only do it in a way that when he goes to punch you, he hits a log instead. Because it was
substitution jutsu.
But I want to say something. He has paralyzed 3. You can actually use this status to your advantage and add 3 to your power. You can't move very well.
I will do that as well. I shall. I'll be behind him. I'll be like, I'll send you to the Shadow Realm, and then I will strike him with all I've got. Not trying to kill him.
Not trying to kill him.
Not trying to kill him.
Oh my God! Another great success.
Jesus.
Let's just leave it there. You totally incapacitate this guy, and the audience is like, rating. Who is this new guy? Who is this kid that nobody knows? That looks like he just came out of his mom's basement, and just leveled one of their fighters, and they are just like.
Bodhi's right. This whole thing is a video game.
Coins spill out of him.
They're totally crazed about it. And what do you do when you see the audience, the crowd respond to you this way? How does Bodhi feel, or what do you do?
I'll look around and I will humbly bow to my opponent. To my opponent.
To your opponent. As you're bowing to your opponent, a immense block of concrete crushes him to a pulp, falling from the ceiling. And just completely obliterates him.
Is there a chance at me interjecting with that, or is it too quick?
It's too quick, but it doesn't last very long. First of all, you don't know where this block came from the ceiling or what. It just kind of crumbles into pieces, and Eddie Dreamtime from the top says, "Well done, we have a winner." And he snaps his fingers, and something happens around this around this character, around the pulp of Nelly, and he just kind of, you knew it. You knew that reality wasn't real. He just kind of coalesces again and just shows up there as if nothing has happened.
So he's okay?
He's perfectly fine.
Okay.
But you have never seen anything like this before.
He respawned.
He must have had an extra life.
He respawned. And you're getting a very clear sense that Eddie Dreamtime respawned him. Respawned him.
A fellow seer of the truth.
Absolutely. Tlaloc, what are you up to when you approach Hans?
So while this fight's been going on, like I do like the whole, like, you know, move up next to somebody, like kind of like jam to the music, like make eye contact a couple times, point at the fighters, not like just totally nonverbal stuff. And then after like when he when things are kind of getting towards the end of the fight, I lean over and go like, hey, you ever like just think like you look at one of these fights and just think like, I know the perfect soundtrack for this fight?
He's like, yeah, man.
What would
exactly
I bet you could have killed this. Like, what songs would you have put for this fight?
Oh man, I got like 50 songs, you know, it's just like coming to me when I'm here. It's just like boom, boom, all these, you know, playlists are going in my mind. Like this new guy, Bodhi, I need a soundtrack for him.
Right? Like you probably want like a little bit of ambience, but then you also want some like real pastiche stuff, like things that are a little like seem like they're a little bit too on the nose, but when you mix them in, like that's when the crowd pops off, right?
Yeah, I hear that. I can see that. I can hear that. Yeah, man. Yeah, my name's Hans. Who are you? And you kind of reach us to shake your hand.
Yeah, I just like reach out and like bump it, like Tlaloc. Yeah, I know that guy. Like he, you know, he doesn't get out much, but you know, he didn't think he would do well here tonight, but it looks like he's doing pretty great.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, you never know. It's those quiet ones that just surprise you here at the bowl. I mean, I've been going here for years, but you know, I don't know. I don't have a lot of time recently, but
oh yeah, what have you been up to?
You know, a bit of this, bit of that. You know, playing that club, this club, and he kind of drops like the biggest, you know, craziest clubs of the city.
Oh, dude, man, I used to like shill for the owner there, like you know, and I'll say the owner's name, like whatever.
Wow, no way, man, that's cool. Yeah, he kind of like he doesn't really actually know the owner. That's the weird thing about it. It's almost like he's too big to care who the owner is.
Yeah,
is weird.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like it sounds like you're on the way up, though, man.
Yeah, it's been really amazing, I have to say. Really cool.
Did this just happen?
He's kind of looking at you and says, "Yeah, you know, it didn't just happen, man. I've been playing for years, and you know, just keep at it, and eventually one day you get that, you know, moment of success."
That's awesome, man. Yeah, like I know what the grind is like, you know, like always on it.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been working very hard to get to where I am today. Absolutely.
Man, good for you. Like, what's the next step?
Like,
yeah, I mean, you're outgrowing this place. Like, you know, like you, like, I mean, like, I'm surprised you're not spending here tonight, but obviously you've moved on to bigger things. Like, what are you waiting to kill?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I've been asking myself that for a while now. I guess like a couple of days. And yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. And you hear in his voice that he's kind of despondent almost when you kind of venture into that section of his life.
Awesome. Oh God, that makes me like I'm trying to think of what I want to do right now. I'm gonna give him my business card, right, which is just literally just my name and then a number to whatever this week's burner phone is.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, you know, like I know a lot of people. I mean, like you're probably beyond anything I can do, but you know, like if you need anything, if there's anything I can do, I've been known to make things happen for people. You know, just let me know if I can do anything. But
hey, can I ask you something? Actually,
yeah, man.
Do you mind checking in on my grandmother?
Your grandma, is she here?
No, she's not. Then he kind of stops for a second, as if like you said something that for a moment makes sense. And he says, No, she's not here. But she's been kind of down lately, and maybe I shouldn't bring it up. I mean, I don't know. You say you make things happen. I'm not sure what's happening with her. So if you can just check up on her.
I mean, sure. You got it. I mean, you got an address. You got a number. Like, what's her name?
Yeah, here. I'll write it on the back of your card, and he kind of. Well, he wants the card, but he writes it on another card. And
I'll give him one of my other cards. One of my write the number here cards.
So yeah, exactly. And he says she lives in the old quarter. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. She's been really down, and I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see what I can do about that. Like, like no service too big, no service too small. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people like you, I think, might be able to help her.
Really quickly. So thank you. Some of my favorite Twitch streamers have come to support us. Thank you, Defo. Thank you, Colorfly. Thank you so much. We have hit our goal.
Yay!
We hit our goal already. We've already hit our goal. We can keep the donations coming in. I have yet to donate. I'm gonna donate as soon as I can. Very soon today. And so yeah, we already smashed our goal. So I don't know what to say about that. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing, donating. Don't forget to hit #Mist to enter our giveaway of a copy of City of Mist today. Thank you so much, guys.
You should up the goal to like 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have said it higher.
Stretch goal.
I think you can still
Let's
modify
keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Yeah.
I can still modify.
You should up it again so people have another like gap to fill.
I shall do that.
Sick.
Stretch goal. Stretch goal.
If we get to $500, you can watch all of us stretch. That's the stretch goal.
There you go.
Ooh.
We'll do
I refuse to stretch until such a
I'll
time.
put on the lycra. And so
I'll zoom the webcam back and go full yoga if you want to stick around after the stream.
there we go.
Sorry.
So I think I want to investigate here.
Sure.
And I really do. Like, I love that he asked about his grandma.
It's a thing.
I think I'm going to go self-driven promoter, small-time fixer, and then good deep down inside.
How does that, just to ask a question here, how are you promoting yourself in that sense? How do you feel like the promoter
because I
helps
kept
you?
on talking, like, so I was using the club thing. I was like, hey, here's my card. Like, here's the services. Like, so
Sure.
like, I was promoting myself. Basically, I was like trying to get him dependent on me, essentially.
Cool.
So
okay, go right ahead.
Small fixer, and then good deep down inside. I do love this grandma action.
Scarlett also has a thing for her grandmother as well, I think.
Either this grandma main quest or side quest, whichever one it ends up being. All right, and then I am investigating.
Oh!
It's a miss!
Okay. Let's see.
His
Which is
grandmother's
really
gonna
funny.
fight
So
you.
I still have my marks from the last time I played this character where I got attention.
Yeah.
And certainly the primary thing I was using, Wheeler Dealer here, is where I got attention last time.
Well, it didn't help this time.
No, it didn't help this time. I mean, like, yeah, it's the thing. I've got 2 attention marks now.
It's definitely going to be a status. Let me tell you that.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
It's definitely going to be a status, but I'm trying to think of. It's kind of going to be something interpersonal. Let's do it this way. Let's give you a status of.
Gotta help grandma.
Yeah, exactly. Personally involved.
Indebted.
We have a boon sitting in the chat for the next person who needs it.
Ooh.
I mean, that was me.
Ooh, that was actually that would have been helpful.
They waited for after Tony to fail until they put that boon up, though. Intentionally. Wait for Tlaylock to finish. Let's give this boon to the other 3.
Okay, Tlaylock. So we're gonna put personally involved here for you on the side, and there's something in the conversation with this guy that tells you that his grandmother is really is in trouble. He's really is in trouble, and it's more than that. In a way, he is in trouble. This guy's in trouble. He looks like on the top of the world, but he doesn't know where the heck he's going. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what he wants, and he's being, in a way, used even.
Yeah. So I'm like I gave him my card. I'm gonna get. I mean, like if I'm gonna help his grandma, it's like I'm like give me. You know, let me have your number so I can get in touch with you after I check in on your grandma.
Sure, you guys exchange numbers.
We're gonna become mutuals.
Exactly. And he's like, after a moment, he says, "Well, I'm just yapping. Just don't mind me. Don't mind me." And he just kind of his thoughts wander, and he wanders after a few minutes, and disappears in the crowd, probably making his way outside. Let's say that you guys kind of regroup at some point during the evening. What do you share with each other? Of course, after all the fans, are peeled off Bodhi.
How's Jill doing with all this, the whole scene?
Yeah, it's. I'm actually going to give you 3 options of how this is affecting Jill. She could be completely wide-eyed, and you're worried that something is going to crack open from all of these experiences. She could be completely kind of like wanting to leave at this point because she totally isn't getting it. And the third option is that she's just seems like in a daze and almost like completely not taking in everything that you can see.
Just like she's at a normal ass club.
It's not even she isn't. So it's more like she's just almost ignoring actively what she's seeing. It's like repressing it.
I think I'm good with that one. I like the idea of we're all just like doing our superhero thing, and she's like, "This place seems normal. Yeah, whatever."
Exactly. And however, you don't know how long it's gonna last. She's obviously there's something in the back of her mind that's coping with this, dissonance, and you don't know how long it's gonna keep doing it this way.
Then I'll go up to the others and be like, "Hey guys, I got drugs." Is that why you wanted me to come here, is to get drugs?
Yeah, thank God. And I'll sit down on the table and no longer be slam dancing on top of it.
The guy seemed shady and shifty, so like a normal drug dealer. Kind of seemed like my high school drug dealer.
When I was in the bathroom, I heard him say something about somebody got involved with Candy.
Yep.
And never came back from their fight last night.
That would be the name of this drug. He said that it'll let you do literally anything, which I feel like it's just a tagline for most drugs.
Such a shame that people would look to drugs to do such a thing that all you really have to do is look within.
When he said it'll let you do anything, that he then in a very quick tone explained a long list of potential side effects, which may or may not have included heart attack, brain seizures, and pooping yourself.
Now, he seemed like it was very connected to, our powers and whatnot. Jill, and I look over and I'm like, I think she's just not, I think I could say anything right now, and her mind is blocking this out. Seems like
power of friendship.
Yeah. It kind of seems like it'd be not good for people who haven't been blessed, I suppose, like us.
I don't know much about Hans, but if I could take the candy and make my powers stronger, it might be worth it.
Do you want to just do one? I was going to wait until I got home and put on some calm music and maybe Game of Thrones or something.
Just do like a half.
People still talking about that show now?
Drugs for the body are merely poisons for the mind. I'll say this as I cram some Cheetos into my mouth.
I'll reach across the table and take one of the candies if Scarlett's offering.
I'll give you the green one because that's probably lime, the worst one.
Ooh, I hope it's
Oh,
green
whoa,
apple.
no, because it could be green apple.
That's
which
what
is
I'm
actually
hoping.
worse.
Ooh, that
I'm
is
hoping it's
that is a
green apple.
gamble.
You took a
Green
risk, and
apple
it's
is
mine
actually the
now.
worst one.
That's true. If I gave you yellow, it was either lemon or pineapple, which are both terrible.
Ugh. The pineapple gummy bears are the fucking worst.
Kelly, who hurt you as a child? Like, what citrus fruit did damage?
I
It's
love
not-
citrus.
It's not that one hurt me. It's that blue raspberry came into my life, and nothing has been able to.
Kelly, no.
Yeah,
we
no,
could
it's
share
true.
a bag of candy. I hate blue raspberry, and I would gladly take your citrus.
Oh my!
Yeah, citrus
Kelly-
flavors tend to be the best.
Kelly has seen the top of the mountain, and it is good.
And it's blue raspberry.
Just a giant
Blue
blue
raspberry.
raspberry with a backing glow.
Totally. I'm on your camp. Okay, so does Luke try it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's kind of on your mind when you take it? What do you hope for?
I want to know if I can make myself and Hans, my protector, my brother, stronger. If we can be stronger,
Stronger it is.
maximize our abilities.
Maximum gains.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have
Okay.
Charlie, candy.
As you take this, the music kind of comes to a screeching halt in the club as there is an eruption of green energy from Luke, and green magical energy is bursting all around him. And you know that at this moment, all you got to do is say his name 3 times, and he'll be here.
And
Luke.
I almost don't want to because this isn't the time and place for this power, but it's overwhelming. And as I'm bursting at the seams, I feel like I have to call Hans, or else I might tear myself in half with this newfound power. And I do. Hans! 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 And then this green energy explodes out from in front of me, and this giant green beast lands, standing about 9 feet tall, right in the middle of the dance floor, with big claws and fur. And it looks around. It stretches its muscles and turns to look at me. Hello, brother.
I'm gonna have
Hello,
to remember
Hans.
that cheat code.
Drugs, apparently.
Hans is always a big guy, standing at something like 10 feet. He's huge. But tonight, if anyone else in the group has seen it, he is enormous, muscular, crackling with energy more than ever before, and just incredible, awful to look at. And I'm going to give you a tag here for that. Let's say, how would you put this feature that you just added to both of you?
I guess I would say currently it's like a power overload, right? It's just too much energy.
Yeah,
I don't know how long this lasts.
Over 9,000.
Over 9,000. That's what Bodhi would call it.
9,001.
Okay, so let's just put in power up category or power overload.
Arcane overcharge.
Yeah, I like that. Arcane overcharge. That goes well with Hans. Everybody's just shocked. Everybody, the whole club has just stopped looking at this massive green giant. Tlaloc, if you're catching sight of Eddie Dreamtime, he seems to be genuinely surprised, which you didn't expect from someone as unsavory in ways as he is. So they're all just looking at you, Luke.
Hans looks to me and says, "Brother, what did you do?" And I'll point to the drugs and be like, we were partying, and I thought that these drugs would make us even stronger, even better than we were before.
gonna pocket the drugs now.
Hans just pulls me in and taps me on the shoulder, gives me a big hug, and he's like, "Little brother, that was a bad idea."
I tried to tell him.
Are we in a Saturday morning cartoon now? Are we gonna learn a lesson from Jolly Green Giant? How do you feel, Luke? Your eyes are tiny little dots right now.
I feel great. I feel strong. I feel real good. After seeing Bodhi in that pit, I kind of want to go down there now. I'm feeling all right.
You want to tussle? You want to go toe to toe?
Sure, if you're inviting.
All right, Jill, stay with Dalek. I don't know. Keep pretending that you're listening to Daft Punk or something.
Wait, if you go down there,
yeah, sure. Where are you going?
Forever?
I don't think. Didn't you kill the garden gnome and he came back to life?
Yeah, but do you have any extra lives?
Yes, I got all 100 seeds from the fairy island last Tuesday.
That's ridiculous. Everyone knows it's coins.
Well, I had the DLC that made them look like seeds, so get on my level.
Premium
scrub.
currency. Yeah, I used my mom's credit card for that once.
I'm gonna like hop into the bowl with my like cape billowing behind me as I land 3-point, just ruining my knees.
I put my arms out, and arcane energy lifts me from the ground over the crowd and sets me down into the middle of the bowl. And then the giant beast comes lumbering behind and grabs me with one hand and throws me onto his back.
Now, I don't know what your powers are. It seems pretty small and inconsequential. I'm gonna like reach into my cape and pull out dual hunting axes and go almost like Viking stance. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Who do you think's gonna win, Tylok?
Here we go.
I'll strike first, and unless there's an initiative,
There is. You can. One of you can, if you want to, kind of like try to see who acts first. One of you can take the risk, and the other can interfere with change the game. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll go for it. I'll take a risk. I'll go first.
I'll change the game.
Okay.
I'm gonna do. Can I do protected by the hood? Like I'm sort of like billowing the cape in front of him to distract him a bit.
Yeah, sure.
And
I'm going to conjure fantastical creatures with an arcane overcharge, and with the swirl of magic, a bunch of arcane mosquitoes come out of the green fog and fly towards Scarlet.
Hell yeah!
And, awesome. And well, let's see.
I got a 10. Technically, you got a 9 because you could still use that boon.
Oh, that's okay. I won't use the boon. That's for the team.
Well, you have a -2 because of so basically, change the game allows you to give him a status, Kelly, and you can just focus. When you roll a 10, you get a minimum of 2 juice. You can focus all of that juice on giving him a one-time temporary -2, which seems to be the case because you're trying to interrupt his initiative, and you're taking the risk at -2 in order to act first.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna like as he like rushes at me. I'm gonna billow the cape in front of him, and then like while he's distracted, slice the axes on the back of his heels, and then back up to like the other side of the bowl as I pass by him.
Fancy moves. Let's see how that goes. Taking a risk.
I mean, I've seen Scarlet take out an entire room of people in one go.
Yeah, but
It's true.
It really hurt me to do that.
That's a good match to have. We've never had Luke versus Scarlet. Let's see it happen.
Do I face danger, or do I change the game as a defense?
Well, right now you are still. This is him interrupting your take the risk. You're trying to be the first one to land a hit. Let's see if it's going to be you. So you're going to take the risk with your tags. Whatever makes you take the initiative, act first, land the first hit, and you're doing it with a -2 from the distraction.
I rolled the take a risk before he rolled his, and I rolled lower. I rolled an 8.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
That's okay.
In that case, you're still gonna hit. You're gonna hit a 6 because it's giving you a -2, which means that Scarlet, you get to go first.
Nice.
You're totally in control of the situation. There's a big lumbering, indestructible energy giant. Nothing you can't handle.
So
This game's awesome.
my character's like mostly stealth, so going toe to toe isn't exactly her forte. But
Use
I'm gonna
the shotgun.
I think what I'm gonna do is like as I like swipe by and I'm like up against the wall and like he like stumbles on the other side, I'm just gonna start chucking axes that I'm pulling out of the cape at him. So I'm gonna do conjure hunting weapon. Would always find my prey apply here? Like, can I say that I'm like a good mark because I always find my prey?
Because you're kind of going to be supercharged because of your extra theme, I would go with that. Usually I wouldn't because it's a tracking skill. But
Okay.
because you're kind of going to be a little more powerful later, then let's do that. Let's make that a +2.
Nice. And then just click go toe to toe, right?
And you're going to toe because both of you are totally ready for it.
Cool. I'm also not going to use the boon because I want this to be a even fight. I got a 9.
Whew. And as the axes are coming my way, the giant's going to throw a protective shield over me with one hand and turn and just put his chest out. Roar! And yell as the other axes are hitting him in the chest. He is an indestructible energy body, and we're going to hope that works out for me.
So before you roll that, let's just try and understand what happened with the Kelly's move to see what you're defending from. So Kelly, you get to choose one option. You can protect yourself, reach some kind of tactical advantage, maybe to then do hit with all you've got, or you can actually land a hit and give him a status. Which one do you choose?
Yeah, I think Scarlett's in a very like risk it all mood right now, so she's definitely going to land hits with the axe and like all out basically.
Awesome. So, so you inflict a status with tier equals power. You give him a tier 2 status. What's it going to be?
Like
slashed or
yeah, like yeah, chopped.
Excellent. So let's get everybody out of the bowl. Let's put you guys in the bowl. And she's hurling a chopped 2 at you. You can face danger with those tags, Gary, to see if you can bounce back that status or what.
I will face danger. The tags I'm using are indestructible body and encase in protective energy.
Nice.
Ooh, do you want to use your yeah, okay, no, that's good. Let's do +2.
Ooh.
There we are.
You totally bounce. Those axes just bounce right off you.
I'll peek up from over the shoulder of Hans and go, "You're no match for my big brother at all," and then duck back down.
I thought we were fighting.
Okay, your move, Luke.
As Scarlet runs across the wall, a big hand will come out of the wall, a big arcane green energy hand, and try to grab her and keep her still. And I'll say, "Hey, get down here!" and use Transform the Environment and Arcane Overcharge.
Nice.
So yeah, go ahead. I think that's going to be also go toe to toe, and you can give her.
I rolled a 9.
Hey.
4 power.
The 4 power is a little high. Maybe you want to re-roll it with those 2 tags you mentioned. You might have to reset it.
Oh yeah, reset. Tag. There it is. Yep.
No, I'm just going to keep on
No,
adding.
it just keeps getting stronger like in Warhammer.
Power 12.
You know, the funny thing is, that's exactly how Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay attack works. As long as you don't get hit, your attack modifier keeps going up to where you can have like a plus 50 and you will just beat the dog shit out of everyone else.
Wow, that
as
sounds
long
like
as
fun.
they don't touch you, you just go off. Okay, so where was I? Transform the environment, arcane overcharge, go toe to toe. Great
Oh, no.
success.
Ooh, so you can choose two things.
Totally different.
Basically, protect yourself from counterattack, achieve some kind of a position, maybe to land a more powerful hit, or actually land a hit and give her a status.
Yes, I would like to grab her with an arcane hand from the wall and then bring her down to the floor and knock her prone.
Okay, prone 2. You can definitely try to face danger from that and dodge that. Scarlet, and before you do that, what's your second choice from the options? Gary.
So I will also do damage. I'll knock her prone and do damage.
Okay, so what kind of damage do you want to do?
Just like a thud to the ground damage with as the arcane hand slams her against the bottom of the bowl.
Sure. Like maybe bruised or
bruised
slammed
sounds-
or...
Yeah, bruised and slammed. Both of those are perfect.
Okay, so face danger against bruised, but you are pinned because it's just more like a narrative tactical advantage that Luke and Hans have on you now.
Can I attempt to start acting like a wounded little girl who's being beaten up, and they should go easy on me?
You can try it, yeah, sure.
All right.
I mean, but you still have to face danger against bruising like normally.
That's true. I remember. Was there a rule about not using the same tag twice in a row? Because I feel like protected by the hood would help me in this situation.
Yeah, I know. There's a rule of not using it in the same way in a row, like twice in a row. So you're using it for a different thing. You used it for distraction before, and now you're using it for defense, and that's fine.
Then I feel like that's all I got, except for strength to go on. But I don't know if that'll help me just taking a hard hit. And it
Good
was
question.
face danger. That's a 10.
Ooh,
That's great.
That is great.
The hood totally protects you, just like Hans protected Luke. And the red and the green are faced across one another. And I think that is a great moment to briefly cut for a break.
Cool.
And we'll pick it up after.
Absolutely. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the follows, the donations, everything. We are here trying to raise money for WAVAW.
WAVAW.
For WAVAW.
It's gotten worse each time.
For WAVAW. We have already raised $270
Wow.
tonight, and that's amazing. Can't thank everybody watching enough. Make sure to hit hashtag missed to enter our competition tonight, and we will be back in 5. Hey everybody, welcome to Fresh Out the Box. Today we are playing City of Mist with its creator Amit Moshe, and we are streaming for charity. So make sure we raised our goal to $500 since everyone's been so generous so far, and it's been really great. We're already at 280, so we're gonna try and hit this new goal by the time we're done streaming here. We're gonna do our best, and don't forget to enter hashtag missed to be entered in our competition to win a copy of this game.
Cool. So we left just as the 2 crew members or team members or just random friends who just met or whatever you guys are to each other fight it off in the bowl, in the Rift Underground Club, the bowl, and fight to the death between Luke and his giant green energy giant, and Scarlet and her crazy hood. So you guys, this is the moment. Please describe your ultimate final attack against each other, and let's see what happens.
So over the break, I unlocked my true potential anime style and finally swapped out that card. So as like your big, massive, meaty paw is just like covering me, my hands come reaching out, but they're like elongated and like gnarled, and hair just starts like growing out of them, and my nails become like sharp claws. As I push my back up, which is now like hunched and crooked, you see a large like wolf face where my once pockmarked face was, and I'm just going to lunge at you, running on all fours in my big bad wolf form.
From the back of Hans, I'll say, "Oh, you want to get serious?" And I'll use my arcane overcharge, and I'll say, "Feel the sky!" And then these giant green meteors will start hitting the ground, and as they do, they turn over, and they're green arcane fire-breathing turtles.
Awesome.
And as these two mega attacks clash in the middle of the bowl and probably level the club, we're going to cut to the next morning, where maybe you all are just like in a diner or something, recovering.
I got like bandages all over my face.
What did we prove?
I just wanted to see if that drug made you any stronger, but I think I've been holding some stuff in. I mean, that was technically therapy, right? Did I do therapy, guys? Was that therapy?
We were in a group. It's a therapy group. Sure.
I did it. Cool.
Thanks,
Therapy.
Layla.
I'll log some hours.
I'll go to fist bump Luke, and I'm like, good therapy.
I will be playing my Game Boy while I wait for my Grand Slam to cool off.
Needless to say, I'm not bringing Jill to.
Oh no, we're in
club
Fantasy
again.
Waffle House, not Fantasy Denny's. Absolutely not.
Whoa!
I will say,
I'm a Fantasy Denny's guy, but I'll settle on Fantasy IHOP.
I just got 3 slabs of ham. 'Cause I'm the big bad wolf. Yeah,
I will say that there is a tiny aspect when you do flip a card called Nemesis, which there is some kind of a backlash. It's not always a nemesis like a person who's your nemesis, but there is some kind of a backlash that you get from that transformation. And in your case, I mean, usually we'll take the time and you'll figure it out. But one of the things that could pose is that Jill saw you transforming in that way, and even if she didn't really quite understand what she was seeing, she did get the gist of it, and it's kind of like a little scared of you now. Yeah. And that's maybe something to resolve more like in a campaign. But
I think I'm like constantly checking my phone now to see if she's texted me, and has not.
Exactly. So you guys are just hanging out in the diner.
Oh, I got a boon for my bad 3 pigs joke.
Nice. So you have a boon that you can use soon. And you're just kind of maybe putting it all together.
I disagree with how much I look like my character in real life.
So I had some interesting conversations while we were at the silo. Well, first of all, I gotta help somebody's grandma, because
Grandma? You say grandma? What'd you say about grandma?
I mean, I gotta help someone's grandma.
I don't know a lot about Scarlet, but if you're helping somebody's grandma, I think she's interested.
We gotta help this grandma. I don't care what else you learn.
Yeah. So I also spent a little time talking to the man in charge there, Eddie Dreamtime.
Yeah.
It's an interesting conversation. Didn't go anywhere yet, but some interesting things that might happen there. But then have you guys heard of this Hans guy at all?
Isn't that the name of the Jolly Green Giant that knocked me out last night?
Sure is.
I mean, okay, sorry.
He knocked me out too.
Have you heard of this Hans guy who's a DJ who doesn't pop out of our friend Luke here whenever he yells his name 3 times?
You mean that DJ that just kept playing Moon tracks last night?
Oh, well, he wasn't spinning last night. I don't know who that guy was. I think that one may have been Franz.
They're going to pump you up.
That music was
Very good.
amazing.
No, I've never heard of him before. He seems relatively unknown.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was until like a week ago. I mean, he's kind of been on the grind for a long time, apparently, but he's kind of popping off right now. Anyways, Eddie's trying to get him to perform there. Hans said he needs help with his grandma. I figure I help Hans. Hans owes me. Hans performs for Eddie. Eddie owes us. It could work out well.
I'll see a quest window pop up in front of Thalok, and it'll say, help the grandmother, reward Hans, and I'll just click accept.
Sounds good. So are you all going to go to Hans's grandmother's place?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, she doesn't live in the woods, does she?
Nope.
She lives over the river through the woods.
All right, let's get some food to bring to her. Can I get?
Horse knows the way to carry the sleigh.
Can I get this food all packed up for the grandma, please?
Yeah, let's get a pack of those cinnamon rolls for the road.
Yeah.
Awesome. You find Mrs. Leckermall's house. Actually,
if you guys don't mind, I'll I'll have the transportation. It'll be Hans, and we'll be riding in a green sleigh of green arcane reindeer. And I'll make a joke that the horse knows the way to carry the sleigh, but it's reindeer, and my joke falls flat.
Sounds awesome. However, you do notice that your arcane overcharge kind of dissipated last night. And what does Luke feel about it?
Oh, I've got a horrible migraine all day today, and I feel weak. I just feel like something's missing, and not just besides the physical emptiness, but I'm missing some power now that I once had. I know that's a tangible thing, and I can have that power again.
It's true, and I believe Scarlet still has some of that candy, so it's there when you need it.
Want another bump? Well, you want another hip? You want another little smack? A little lick?
I mean, how much did you? Real talk, how much did you pay for it? I'll buy it from you.
I mean,
you guys aren't gonna.
Real talk. Could we try to limit the amount of I don't know, oral application terminology that's flying around back there?
I paid $75 for it.
Here.
Sick.
Did you just become your high school drug dealer?
All things come full circle.
It is candy in the end. It's just candy. It's not technically a drug.
Yeah, I'm just selling you some Gushers for $75 like I used to do in elementary school.
And I love Gushers, so no problem here.
I text Hans, let him know we're going over to check on his grandma, and get the address from him.
Cool. When you find Grandma, you find her sitting in the kitchen, in the back of the house. She's an elderly, not very elderly, but maybe in their 70s, lady. And the most obvious thing that you notice when you all walk into her kitchen after knocking on the door and hearing nothing is that she's staring into the empty space. She's just kind of sitting there, not saying much.
Abuelita Lackermal.
Wait, check to see if her teeth are big, her hands are big, or her feet big.
I like quickly kind of look. I mean, everything seems fine. I mean, not the staring into space and not a responsive part, but as far as the size of appendages, we're pretty much good for go here.
You know, most of my childhood, both of my parents spent it staring off into space, so it's normal to me.
Weren't your parents astronauts?
They were filthy rich and had no time for me.
Astronauts. That's funny, Thalok.
Hey, Bodhi, what does your scouter say?
My scouter. Yeah, I'm gonna try and perceive actually if she's actually looking at something. I want to see what she sees.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and investigate for that. Give us a general clue on how.
So I'm gonna use analyze this level
Uh,
to attempt to
the
see.
usual analysis. Yeah, go for it.
Is it coming?
Ooh,
Did it come? Yeah.
12.
Yes. So we see 12. That's amazing. No problems. Just a clear-cut answer. She's actually looking at nothing. She doesn't see anything. In fact, the more you look at her, the more you are convinced that she is even more asleep than Jill and other people in the city.
Is there anything magical going on here?
Are you asking Hans? Are you using your mythos?
Yes, I'm going to have Hans pop in. And he almost takes up most of the living room. And I'm going to look at him and say, Hans, we can't figure out what she's looking at. What's going on? Is there any magical work at play here?
Yeah, go for it. Investigate.
Let's
see what Hans. Or you can, by the way, you can also roll with your mythos. But since you rolled so well,
yes, and I used the knowledge of the arcane arts tech.
Awesome.
Nice.
Hans, kind of, let's say he examines the magical state of the grandmother. How would he do it?
With a giant green magical rune. It appears from the floor around her and swirls around to see if there's any magic detected in the room. And if there's a spell on her, as the green circle lifts over her, almost, around in a circle from the floor to the ceiling, it would reveal any magic that was placed on her.
So he turns to you and he says, and he basically lets you know that she's been stripped of her magic. She used to be like you, but not anymore. She used to be an old lady from the fairy tales.
Which one? Mine? Is she my grandmother?
No. Because you would know if she was your grandmother. You're fine. She doesn't live in a shoe, so we got that one down.
Well, and the house isn't made of candy, so it's not Hansel and Gretel.
Thank God. I don't want to get eaten by a grandmother. Yeah, it's like she's AFK.
So wait, let's pause for a second on what you said.
Don't say pause. Bodhi might actually stop moving.
He already has.
Yeah, I'm not moving a muscle.
Wait, quick save. Can you quick save?
We've got Candy and we've got a Hans, and we got an old lady. I don't think she's an evil witch cooking people in an oven.
You think I could give her some magic back?
Pop that candy in her mouth?
We could try to juice her.
I look to Hans to see if this is a good idea.
He says, I don't think we have a chance, little guy. Not unless we find the essence of her magic and whoever took it.
Perhaps they left a clue. I'm gonna check her access log to see who was rooting around in her mind.
A bunch of green butterflies will poof from the hand of Hans and go around the house to search in every direction.
Scarlet will use her mystical ability to walk around the house and use her eyes to look for clues.
I'm gonna walk around the house, kind of watching what each of these guys are doing and just kind of observing what's happening. But also, if I see anything that I think might be helpful later on, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up.
Okay, so why don't you guys all roll investigate, and let's see if anything messy comes out of it, or what you find.
I'm gonna use the boon that someone gave me.
Yeah.
I think we got a couple boons sitting in there right now.
I got a 9.
Nice.
It's after the boon.
Yeah, I added one plus
Oh,
one.
I don't seem to have access to my character sheet anymore.
Oh no!
That's not good.
Oh, maybe it's just taking a long time to load. Hold on.
I received a mild success.
Yeah, you have.
Nice.
Nice, mild.
I also am mild.
Yeah, my success is not quite spicy.
Oh no.
Oh, well, I forgot to add anything to mine.
Ooh.
So mine should be an 8, actually.
Okay. You're all very good investigators, but let's just boil it down to 2 things that you find. First of all, you find her basement, and the basement looks like something completely different from the nice house upstairs. The basement has a lot of all kind of leather wear with studs and cages, especially different kind of cages where they're definitely for people.
Hell yeah. Granny likes to get wild.
Granny, you a freak.
It's more than that. She used to dress like that. She was a completely different person. And the other thing you find is in a hidden behind a brick in the basement is you find her contacts, a gang called the Underhand Naga Gang, a group of it's a ledger that pretty much looks like she was a drug dealer herself. So who is this woman? What was she up to? And finally, Luke, as you're kind of starting to, it's not really happening for you. You feel like you needed more butterflies. And the more you think about how to get more butterflies, as you kind of like walk up by the window, you start seeing this little trail of glowing pebbles on the road. And you have a strong sense that if you follow it, it'll take you to more candy.
Hey Hans, you see that trail over there, big guy?
He looks at you in a very concerned face.
Yeah, okay. Me either. And I eat some candy.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go step outside while everybody else finishes searching in here. I'm just gonna go like pace on the sidewalk by where this trail starts.
Oh, you said you eat candy?
Mm-hmm.
You take candy?
I eat a piece of candy.
And what do you want it to do for you?
So I'm getting kind of jittery. I kind of missed that power. I know this trail's going somewhere. I'm just feeling anxious. So I just kind of want I want to kind of calm down and figure out, stay calm. I want to stay calm. That's what I want to do. I want to figure this out. Stay calm.
You are super calm. You become almost instantly ice cool, looking at that trail and, kind of seeing it very clearly. And
I know the way.
What? What'd you say?
I know the way.
To Grandma's
San
house?
Jose?
Oh, fuck.
Come on, Hans.
Wait, are you leaving?
You're welcome to follow me.
Guys, hey, Bodhi, log out. We need to go chase Luke.
I never log out. And
Oh,
then
God.
I'll go follow.
I'm gonna stop and like really quickly like wrap a scarf around Grandma, like give her a little sip of water, like
Oh
just
yeah, I'll
make
leave the
sure she's
basket
not-
of food that we brought as well.
Yeah, like not like the, yeah. We've got to check on Grandma real quick while we hustle out the door. I'll
As
take
you're
the-
kind
I'll
of
take the
closing
ledger
the
with-
door, sorry?
I'll take the ledger with me.
Good idea. As you're closing the door, you know what has been like kind of bugging you all this time, Tlaloc. As you were searching around the house, quietly observing, there are no pictures of Hans here. In fact, there aren't any pictures of family members here. So it looks like someone has been selling you a story.
Okay. I'm gonna ruminate on that in the silence of my heart as we head out.
Cool.
You went with a false grandmother.
So yeah, I don't want Scarlett to get upset about the potential falseness of this granny.
Granny was her street name.
It's one thing to pretend to be a woman. Another thing to pretend to be a granny.
Okay. So okay.
I'm gonna as I'm flipping through this ledger. Does it tell, like, do I get a sense of anything, like, as somebody who's familiar with the criminal underworlds, coming and going, fixing books and other stuff like that? Like, are things going good or bad for Granny?
Things are going great for Granny. Something must have happened because it looks like somebody else is selling candy now. That's where you're kind of picking up from the ledger.
Hey, Scarlett, did you catch the name of that guy you got that candy from?
Did I? I feel like I asked, but I may have forgotten to write it down.
His name was Carter.
Carter. Does that sound familiar? Do the people that you roll with know that guy?
I mean, you're the people I roll with. Do you know that guy?
I mean, I know now because I bought drugs from him, but I don't know him personally. Like, we haven't gone to any restaurant. We didn't eat breakfast together. If that's
we
what
don't go to the same book club.
I mean, I was at breakfast with you, so yeah, I didn't assume as much. No, I don't think the name strikes me as anything familiar. I mean, he's probably one of many people potentially slinging this candy.
Also, Carter's probably not his real name.
What?
The kid in high school didn't go by Luke. There's a lot of Lukes. We had like 20 fucking Lukes in my high school.
Everybody was named Kyle and Chris at my school.
Yeah.
Okay. Luke, speaking of Luke, you after a while, especially if you are carried by your big giant brother, you see the trail going into a warehouse. I mean, you follow it down, down to an old factory.
Can any of us see the pebbles that he's following?
Nope.
We're just kind of like trailing behind him.
Yep.
And Hans can't see them either, so I'm just directing Hans.
Yeah. So
Left here.
I don't know how you tell you this, buddy. I don't think you should take any more of that candy.
Down to the end of the street, and that warehouse there. That should be the spot.
Right.
Listen, he's an adult teenager. He can make his own decisions.
Nice, a new level.
It's just called the world. It's an open world game.
I mean, he can make his own decisions. He is. It is still as an individual certified by the state, paid $3 an hour by the state for this work. I'm going to go ahead and say that it may not be a good idea still.
I'm going to take a step forward, and then I'm going to freeze mid-stride. And then a few seconds later, I'll start walking again and be like, ah, man, load screen.
Load screen. Yeah, so, the trail just goes right into the warehouse. You see, it's pretty quiet around. This part of the city is very, very quiet, almost abandoned. And I would say maybe Bodhi is kind of the first to kind of come up behind you and catch up with you as you're kind of looking into the trail that fades, glittering into the warehouse.
Hey, Bodhi, what's the music sound like in here? Is it like stealthy? Is it ominous? What are we dealing with?
It's definitely. I don't hear any combat music yet, so I think we're good.
Okay, cool.
Let's take a look inside this warehouse, big guy. I'm gonna have Hans put his hand on the side of the wall, and a green shimmering magic is going to go across it so we can see through the wall, make it translucent from our side.
Go for it. Let's investigate.
Investigate, and I'll use the transform environment and investigate.
Awesome.
A mild success.
Interesting. I
And
wonder why
extra
it's not
chunky.
showing all the details, but anyway.
It did that
As you-
for Luke Chow's other investigate also. I think maybe it
Right.
just doesn't have the hyperlink tagged in right.
Right. Anyway, as you do this and you're kind of looking through the wall, you notice that there is definitely some kind of operation here. You see a couple of guys carrying around boxes, a couple of guys with the submachine guns and machetes, kind of just scattered around the place, watching whatever it is that's happening here.
I just got a great idea. There's a tag in my new card that I wasn't too sure how I was going to use, but I want to use it in this moment. So I kind of want to just walk in and try to blend in and look like I belong there, by using my new tag that we made, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing.
Nice.
Sounds cool.
I like it.
So I'm just
Although in
gonna,
this case, you might need to be a sheep in wolf's clothing.
That's
but
what I was thinking.
absolutely.
I wasn't gonna feed the GM that idea, but yeah.
so what's the maximum amount of tags that we can do again? Was it 3?
4.
No, there is no maximum.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna
I
do
mean, some games play with a cap of 3, but you can go beyond here.
I'm gonna do Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, easy to ignore and seems trustworthy.
Okay, so how is that playing? Are you just going to play like the little girl that wandered in, or
No, I'm just
what
gonna
is it going to be?
I'm gonna pretend like a new hire, basically, that was sent by, like I went down to the club, met the people in charge, and they basically sent me here to start working.
Okay, sounds
and
good.
I'm gonna basically be like, hey, where do you need me?
Where do I clock in?
Eddie sent me down here, and I need to work. I'm just here to work, man.
Okay.
What should I roll for this?
Vince?
Convince. But actually, no, sneak around. But before you do that, I will say, Gary, that your role got you a complication, which in your case means that when you're looking into the warehouse, you're seeing this, but the more you look at it, you start hearing the crackle of an open fire, and it's messing with your mind. We're just going to leave it at that, and then see how Scarlett is doing with her attempt to appear like a new hire.
So we're doing sneak around or convince?
Sneak around. Every time you try to fool someone, it's
Oh no, that's a 7.
Perfect.
It's a 7. It got
Perfect.
complicated, so I'm going to choose one. Someone unimportant noticed you. You are perceived by only a secondary sense, or you must leave something important behind, or be discovered. Okay.
Take off the coat.
Yep. Yep.
So I have to.
I mean, if you want to be inconspicuous, you realize that after the show you pulled off last night at the bowl, everyone in town who's anyone knows that coat.
All right,
knows that. So the hood. So
I'm gonna take off my coat and hand it to Bodhi and tell him that he can't attune to this.
I'm gonna click the button and click add to inventory, and then it shall disappear.
And underneath the red hood, Scarlett's got like ripped off, sleeveless, like a band T-shirt, and she's gonna pull her hair up to like a tight bun, and just like try to look real mean, like all this bandages and scars that are on her face now.
Hey, look, Bodhi, it's the first time a girl ever gave you a piece of clothing.
Now I'm a free elf.
I'm just gonna like as I pass Luke, like smack him in the back of the head.
Hey. All right.
Hey, my mom gives me clothing all the time.
Yeah.
She gave me this shirt. And all
Does
my
it say,
Super Mom.
does it say bad boy on it?
You can move your token, the Scarlet token, closer and kind of say who you're interacting with. This guy. Okay.
Yeah, I'll talk to Mr. Goatee right here.
Sure. Mr. Goatee walks up to you and is like, he's looking at his other friends, like over the other side of the warehouse or the factory. The place, the more you look at it, the more it looks like an old glassworks factory. And he kind of, and over here, where there is looks like a big container, there's actually an old furnace.
Nice.
He kind of looks at his friends, looks at these two guys who seem to be working at cooking up something. He says, who are you? What are you doing here? Get the hell out of here.
New hire from the Bull. Where do you need me?
You hired from the Bull? What the hell? We don't take people from the Bull.
I don't know. Got contacted. Told me to head down here. Said you guys might need an extra hand.
Who's this? Who sent you?
Eddie?
The hell? He's looking over at the other guy. The other guy was like, it says, okay, you sure it was Eddie?
No, it was the other guy that could resurrect people and make you have fucked up hallucinations. Who do you think?
Okay, just wait here. I need to check this out. Check this out.
I like look back at you guys. I'm like, oh god.
He starts walking. Over here. He's obviously going back up to the office. You don't know exactly who he's going to talk to.
I think it's funny because I, as a player, I'm pretty sure that you just dropped 100% the wrong name. Before you even said it.
That's fine. I'm okay with
that.
that.
I'm pretty sure I had some choice details that would have let me know that was the wrong name that I did not share with anybody.
Okay. Tlaloc, what do you do in the meantime?
I have turned into a puddle of water and have have let myself up a nearby drainage pipe to head up towards. What is the roof sitch here? Is it a catwalk? Is there a upper level? Is it just a roof?
Oh, yeah, you got some catwalks and you have the roof with the skylights.
Yeah, so I'm headed up towards the catwalk. So I'm going to sneak around by turning myself into water and then flowing through narrow spaces.
Go for it. I will say that some of these guys are alert 1, so you're going to get a -1 for your roll.
What if I'm not going inside the building to do it?
Well, you're not going anywhere inside, or you're going on the roof?
Metal outside, going up a drainage thing, and then dropping in from above.
If you're going to appear at some point on the roof, then they might notice you.
Okay.
I have 100% blown our cover, so they are probably going to notice any noises or anything.
Let's see. So that's boop, boop.
The charity campaign over all of the streams is $17 away from hitting $7,000.
Woo!
Wow.
Nice. I got a
Come
10.
on.
$17.
Yeah. Yes, Tlaloc, you turn into water, and you do go through the pipes, through the pipelines, and show up pretty much wherever you want with that roll. Where is that?
Yeah, I think I'll go up like kind of towards the roof and then find a spot inside on a catwalk that I can kind of easily slurp out again.
Slurp.
Is there just for future reference? Is there a fire suppressant system in this building?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Gonna slurp out that just bunch of little Tlalocs flying all over the place.
Sometimes at the end of a late night, I feel like I slurp right off the couch, so I know exactly what he's talking about.
Sometimes
Cool.
after a long time of video games, when Bodhi stands up, he totally slurps.
So what's your next move, Laluk? You're up on the roof. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for where the guy walked off to.
Okay, you see him kind of from above. You see him going into the office, and from your angle, you can see a very impressive lady sitting in the office.
Yo,
That's an impressive lady.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's gonna kill me.
they're chatting to each other, and she kind of walks up to the edge of the gallery to look at whoever it is that's claiming that they were hired, and as Scarlet waves at her, and as a cutscene inside, she says to him, "Really?" She said, "Eddie sent her." And we're gonna cut back to the front, where all of a sudden, let's say Laluk is somewhere up here on the roof, where all of a sudden Luke and Bodhi, you guys see Hans show up. He hasn't seen you yet, but he's walking in.
Hey Luke, let's make ourselves scarce here. I don't know what he's doing here, but it is suspicious.
I'm going to grab on to Hans, my brother, not Hans the DJ. And Hans,
there's too many Hanses.
Yes, Hans, my brother, not Hans the DJ, is then going to grab onto you, and we're going to teleport. Can I move the pieces? Is that a thing?
Sure. Where do you want to go?
I was going to move to the left in the dark inside the warehouse towards that like back office area. It's like top left corner, on top of that big storage container.
Can you like long click there so I can see where that is? You're supposed to be able to move your character.
It's just my pictures are in the way with all the folks. Like over here.
Oh yeah. Okay. So here's what happens. As you kind of transport, Bodhi, you find yourself indeed there, but Luke, you do not.
Uh-oh.
Because as you step into this place, something weird happens. You step into another warehouse.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's candy themed.
Ooh.
And you suddenly realize where the fire is coming from. Because in this alternate warehouse, that actually where the walls are kind of looking like they're made out of dark wood, and the beams look like they're wrapped with some kind of red ribbon. In this alternate one, sorry, excuse my loss of words. The furnace is actually on, and it's burning. There's one more detail that you discover, you and Hans both, as he's constantly and mystically tethered to you. When you show up in this place, you show up inside a cage.
Oh no.
I'm going to put an X as if you're in a cage. And right inside that cage is Hans, crammed in with you in that tiny space of the cage, unable to move. As you look around, you both see the flames of the furnace, and you see the shadow of someone standing on top of the furnace. A woman, a young girl. Not really a girl, a young woman, I should say. And she says, well, another one has arrived. Wow, you look really yummy.
So you're going to be my opponent. I'm afraid you bit off more than you can chew, candy bitch.
That's aggressive.
Oh
and I'm
no.
stuck in the
Very
cage.
aggressive.
And I'm
She
stuck
says,
in, I'm,
"You can
and I'm
use."
don't forget I'm stuck and I can't move and there's a giant creature stuck
it's
against
true.
me.
Johan, I don't know if you played games with Gary before, but his characters do tend to
Be aggressive, yeah.
be slightly aggressive.
Anyway, she says to you, "You can use all of that toxic masculinity. It's never going to get you out of this cage. You've already played right into my hands. It's too late for you, honey. I'm gonna, really suck the marrow out of you.
It's never too late. Don't you know?" And I take a piece of candy out of my shirt pocket. This candy makes me stronger. I'm gonna eat another piece of candy.
And has no side effects.
So you were going to get a caged 3 status. It just ramped up to caged 4. And she said,
And all of a sudden, we flash back to Talak going, maybe you should stop eating that. You can choose whatever you want to do. You're a grown person, but I think it's a bad idea. And we flash forward again.
Flashback to Hans being like, "I don't think that's a good idea, little brother."
There is a flashback mechanic in this game, by the way, guys.
There is a flashback mechanic. It's true. And she says to you, "You're not the brightest of the gang, are you?"
You can't be the brightest and the strongest, or else I wouldn't need everybody else.
If Hans could facepalm right now, he would. But he's actually in a very constrained space.
He's perma-face.
Hans moves his palm up to your face.
Stop talking, little brother.
So you're in a predicament, and she snaps her fingers, and your cage starts almost with the sound of the sound of chains. It starts kind of moving towards the furnace.
Nice.
Meanwhile, in the real Unreal world.
Also, speaking of candy, I have eaten a lot of these eggs.
Oh my gosh, you're like 20.
I'm almost out.
So I see Bodhi pop in after them all disappearing. I wordlessly admonish the world. I am going to summon. I'm going to start calling on the storm. And so I don't know what's about to happen. I don't like to bring out the lightning. Talak much prefers water mode, the way I play him. But I think we're getting to the point where that's going to be important in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and start just bringing up a storm in the background. I don't know that I'm actually trying to trigger a move yet. I'm just going to go ahead and say that now for whatever move I trigger in a second.
Well, you can definitely change the game to create, build up a stronger electrical storm and kind of set up your next attack moves.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Let's do that. I think that is probably the only thing I can actually. I mean, I guess I could theoretically go ahead and use Thunderbolt manipulation, but I'm not actually trying to do that yet.
Sure. What you could do is, if you want to, you can burn that tag, and then you will get an instant success, a power of 3, and you can use that to build up a real storm that will empower your Thunderbolt manipulation.
And burning that tag just means I won't be able to call upon the storm until I do something to repair that tag, correct?
No, but you're kind of like breaking that tag now down to an advantage that you can decide will stay for long or just a month.
I mean, in a one shot in this situation with the amount of time left on the clock, 100% I'm burning that tag.
Cool. So you can mark. You can use your sheet to mark yourself as burning a tag at the top, and that will kind of allow you to. Just a second. Let's see. That's kind of allow you to roll the move. So you have a button that says burn tag for a hit at the top right corner of your power bar. And if you roll that, and after you reset, it should give you the automatic success. There we go.
Did it do it, or do I need to hit the thing?
Well, you need to hit the change again thing. There we go.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have 3 points of juice. You can do a bunch of things with them. You can create a new story tag. You can create a status like a tier 2 or even tier 3 status of supercharged or something like that, and that's going to really ramp up your attacks. One thing that you might want to spend juice on is prolonging the effect. So normally this effect is single use, but if you kind of do a trade-off and spend 1 juice on making it longer, then you can have a tier 2 effect that's going to last for the rest of the scene. But that's up to you.
Yeah, let's go ahead and create a tier 2 effect. Well, story tag basically creates a tag that anyone can use potentially. Correct. That is now like attached to the scene.
Correct. Or you can give it to you. It could be an object, so you're holding it. It could be a status, so it's like a condition, like supercharge. It could be really anything that you could think of. And it's just a question of how to divide your juice, really.
Right.
You can also bank your juice and just use it as you want to give yourself +1, +1, +1, or all +3 at once whenever you want.
I think prolonging the effect is a way to go.
I banked my juice a lot in high school.
Yeah. And then you said give it an increased status. Is that the other one you had mentioned?
Yeah, you can do a tier 2 status that is prolonged if you want.
Okay.
That could be a good use of what you just did.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do.
So that will basically give you +2 with all of your lightning attacks.
Cool.
In addition to the tag that you have of lightning bolt manipulation.
Yeah,
so
I think we see like the kind of like we kind of smell ozone. We hear a burst of thunder. We hear kind of the light patter of rain outside. Maybe see a little bit through the open gate, and like maybe even see a couple of sparks of electricity, both through the skylight that is now darkened, as well as maybe even arcing off some of the areas of the catwalk around the ceiling as the room kind of takes on this static charge.
Nice. So we have a storm coming too. We can change the tag later when you start blasting, but definitely things are getting darker as the clouds gather above the Glassworks factory. Yes, who's making the next move?
Looking around and realizing that Luke never loaded in, I am going to try to check on him through my HUD. I'm going to look at my friends list to see if it tells me where he is.
Oh, he's this.
Yeah, go for it. They're investigating, and you can either use your tags or your mythos for that with a +2 from your mythos.
Yeah, I'll use my mythos for that. Let's see, I get +2 from my mythos. And then I believe I can use the tag analyze this level to kind of try to see through the game that is life.
Yeah, you have to choose if you're using your mythos or tags. So it's like 2 different modes.
I will use my mythos.
Cool.
Just being what I am and who I am, and that allows me to check my friends list.
Yeah, totally.
I don't think I accepted your friend request though, so you wouldn't be able to find me.
Oh, good thing. It's okay. Luke did.
No.
It just says.
So
pending.
what do you see? 9. Okay.
Oh yeah, and I just got a boon too. For
you got a boon.
Video game reference, so I believe that knocks me up to a 10.
Hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Cool. So as Bodhidharma, the master of the Shaolin Temple, you are able to meditate and contact any realm, not just the physical, unreal realm that you seem to be forced to exist in. And your consciousness is projected into the other Glassworks factory, which is more and more looking like a hut or a cabin.
Huh. And I see my friend here, huh?
You see your friend, you see the predicament he's in, and you see his conversation with the woman that's standing on the furnace. You actually still have one more clue. What else would you like to know?
I would like to figure out how to bring this realm back to reality. Or reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Ooh.
Oh, derp.
I would like to eliminate the load screen between these two realms.
Well, that is no small feat, let me tell you. So if you want to really merge these two realms, that's going to be a move that we call stop holding back. It kind of lets you do anything that's beyond the scope of your powers, as long as it's kind of related to your powers. And as someone who's constantly passing through realms, that's definitely one of your potential powers. You can do that, or you can transport yourself into this realm quite easily, actually. But it's up to you. The thing about stop holding back is that it requires a sacrifice. In this case, it requires a sacrifice at a level called no return, which means that there's definitely going to be some lasting effect on you.
Okay. Well, do I know what the effect is? Do I get to pick something, or?
Usually, the effects. Let's take a look at stop holding back.
Just an FYI, this is 100% what Scarlet did towards the end of last session.
True.
It has caused all the additional kind of maneuvers and shenanigans.
You can lose some of your powers temporarily or more long term. This is pretty much what could happen out of this. But when you lose a power, when you lose a theme card, you replace it with another theme card. It's not like you become powerless. It's just your powers change, or you become more mundane or more legendary.
Absolutely. I mean, so in my mind, the enemy, the real enemy, is in this realm, and all my friends are back where I am, and then he's stuck here. So merging them gets everyone where they need to be for us to succeed. So seeing this and being the wise person that I am, I shall sacrifice to merge these realms.
Okay, so in this case, you can click on your character sheet, which I can't load at the minute. And you can go into cinematic moves. It's at the top next to the core moves. You click on the title cinematic moves, and then you click on stop holding back.
Oh, stop hold. Oh. I click go toe to toe.
That's okay.
There we go. Stop holding back.
Stop holding back. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a miss.
No.
Oh no.
Oh,
Ouch. So, in no return, you replace one theme. So, tell us how you draw these two realms together, or at least try to. And tell us how a part of you, one of those four things, that your four themes, is changed forever, lost in a way, and makes it room for something else.
As unfortunate as I think it's going to be, I think that I'm kind of, reality stops me from doing this. So the unreal cannot hold me does not seem to actually be true anymore. So I'm going to flip my legendary ability. The unreal cannot hold me.
Landing, crashing, I would say, even into reality. Bodhi seems to be just a regular guy, and he just kind of like earth-shattering as his powers seem for a moment. They just fizzle out, but that's not the way things go. When you turn on such immense powers, there is always some kind of effect. Happens is, instead of everybody being transported, that realm being transported over there, you all get transported into the other realm.
I have a serious question. Does this also delete your inventory? Did you destroy my red hood by reality crushing you?
No, it's probably in my pocket now.
Yeah, just in your backpack that you're carrying.
Scarlet, Tlaloc, you're all here, and this is when things start getting real.
What happened? I mean, this is totally normal. This is what the job description said. I totally knew this was going to happen. Eddie told me. Just doubling down on that line. Yep, Eddie said this was normal. Just walk in and everything turns to cabin. Mundane, really. It's just a normal day at the job.
Who's missing? Bodhi. You appear right next to your friend who's in a cage.
Hello,
And actually, at this point, I would say Luke is already firmly and fastly moving into the furnace. And this woman does a double take. Like, oh, what the hell? And as she says this, Hans shows up. Once more, and I'm not talking about the green one.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking about who's already here. I'm talking about the DJ Hans. And he says,
Jay Hans.
totally. He says, what the hell are you doing? Let these people go. They're my friends. And she says, oh, come on. You knew what you were doing. You're enjoying this candy just as much as I do. Now let me make some, let me make some money for us. The stuff that I'm going to extract out of them is worth millions. This one specifically, he's just bursting with magic.
Does it look like she's controlling like machinery to move the cage, or is she using magic?
She's just like using her fingers to kind of beckon it towards her. So yeah, definitely magic.
Okay, I'm gonna you burn a weakness tag, right? That's what we were talking about for burn a tag.
No, you burn a power tag.
Okay, I'm gonna burn one of my tags and just charge her in and like transform into wolf mode as I go.
Ooh, okay. Give me a second to look at her boss stats for reals. Let's see.
She is just a skull to me. I do not know what level she is.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's a problem. Okay.
I'm gonna burn Never Hold Back from my new card. So just
Awesome.
toe to toe or face danger.
You can go toe to toe, and
Hell yeah! Oh yeah, that's right. I burned it. I was like, what is it gonna be?
I thought you were gonna hit with all you got.
No, not again. not 2 sessions in a row.
so,
Oh, it's just a different one of the moves.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, hit with all I got. Right.
You did go toe to toe. You have a result of 10. What do you choose out of these two? To reach a certain position, grab something. That's the first option. Second option is to get her good, give her a status, and the third option is to protect yourself from counterattack.
Never that one. So how many do I get to? I get to choose 2. So I'm gonna get
2.
to her, and I'm going to inflict mold on her as I just start like biting into her and like tearing into her as much as I can.
Okay, so you're gonna give her mold 3.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
She's a mold.
Let's see. Okay. Something really weird happens when just before your attack connects.
Yeah. Ha.
You leap right at her, but she seems to not be there anymore.
Damn it.
And
Damn it, Cody.
it's worse than that. There's it's kind of like she tricked you. There is a very sharp steel rod waiting for you there where she was, and instead of giving her mauled 3, you take impaled 3.
Oh.
And you guys, the people who see it, completely see the trick. It seems like she just switched places.
Substitution.
Substitution jutsu.
Let's see if you can face danger for impaled 3. But this girl is no ordinary girl for sure. In fact, we'll get to that later.
I got no tag that will help me in this situation because I'm not wearing my red hood.
Oh no!
So this is just raw 9. Whew.
Wow.
Not bad. Not bad.
It means you're just. It's kind of like, I don't know what's a partial impale. You're just.
I think it just kind of like the end of Fight Club. It didn't go through the back of my head. It like went through my cheek. So the pole is like sticking out of the side of my face now.
Yep.
But I'm still in wolf form. So like my wolf maw has this pipe sticking out of the side of it.
Awesome. There's a lot of blood. You're impaled too. You're partially impaled, and you're definitely suffering there. We're running out of time, I think, so maybe we should kind of end with some cinematic. Do we have more time, or should we end with some cinematic actions?
I'm not in a huge rush. I mean,
I'm
like,
not in a rush.
Okay, great. So let's do this.
I don't have a stream after this one or anything.
Cool.
Just out of curiosity, as we have been forced into this reality, is my static now just licorice flavored, or has that?
I think that there are storms in this reality, so you're good.
I just want to make like maple syrup is dropping down outside. And,
yep, exactly.
So, well, now that she has moved over by the that giant open loading gate, I would like to use thunderbolt manipulation to call a lightning bolt through that open doorway to hit her.
Okay, go for it. You are hitting with all you've got, I guess. It's not like people normally have.
I'm not gently caressing her with my rifle. I think I just got the one. So I've got do I have the +2 for the condition and then an additional 1 for the tag? Is that what's going on?
Correct. You have that.
I like this peaceful battle music.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Oh no. 7.
7, which means that you do give her a status of tier 3. And you can choose one option. You can upgrade it to tier 4. You can protect yourself. You can control the collateral damage. You can hold her attention. Whichever one option.
I feel like status is probably the best way to go, and you get them good +1 tier is probably the way to go. So I think we're going to go with the tier 4 status. Or tier.
So you're bringing it from that opening towards her.
Correct.
Right. It happens again.
No, come on.
She just last minute moves, and actually conveniently you're in the line of fire. There could totally be a lightning coming towards her, missing her, and hitting you. So you're gonna face danger against tier 4, and she's just kind of looking at you. She says, "You're not gonna get it, huh? Anything you plan to do to me is gonna happen to you." That's the same thing that happened with that hag.
Quick, everyone, love yourselves. Or try to love her? No, try to empower her. Guys, I got a pipe sticking out of my mouth.
Okay, so I'm gonna face danger with this. Can I invoke appropriate tags? Is that
Yeah, you can face danger, invoke whatever tag you have. You can't invoke lightning bolt manipulation because you just used it to create this bolt.
That's fine. I'm gonna turn myself into water, travel through in aerospace. Actually, I'm going to turn myself into water and travel between bodies of water and pop back over I'm going to pop up behind Hans over there.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, those are the ones I've got.
I think I have an idea to try to free Luke. It involves this pipe that's sticking out of my face. Wow. 14.
Oh,
Nice.
Whoa.
14.
Okay, total complete dodge. You know, this is Slalok. You can't play with lightning bolt in Slalok. he's too badass for that. Okay, Luke and Bodhi, what are you guys up to?
I'd
like to
try to free Luke from the cage.
I was gonna try to get out of the cage myself. I have some dope skills for it, I think.
I was gonna karate the candy bars.
How about one of you does it and then the other one does it too? Or you can assist him, actually. Bodhi, you can change the game and give him a bonus for his escape roll. He's gonna need it because he's caged 4.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to burn my indignant tag because how dare you put me in this cage? Don't you know who my parents are? I'm going to burn my punk outfit tag because I'm going to bust open my belt buckle and try to pick the lock. And I'm going to burn my evade pursuers tag because you can't catch me and I'm never going back.
That's awesome, but you can only burn 1 tag per roll.
Oh no!
But it might be enough. It might be enough. Especially
I like the idea of you just being naked now. Also,
Yeah, well, I was going to be sans belt, so my pants might fall down every now and then.
For my change the game, since I'm trying to help him out of these bars, can I use my fighting Shaolin? And since the cage is made of food, I would like to say that this is not as good of food as my mom makes.
That's cool. It's not made out of food. The cabin is. So you can use your Shaolin attack to try and break the cage. You could have used a lot of your freedom stuff, but you just lost it.
I just lost everything.
And go for it. You have at least 1 point. Maybe there is someone who wants to contribute.
Oh my god.
Hi.
That's 2 ones.
I did get a boon. I did get booned.
You did get
Wait, just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You might want to also wait for the help roll.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Help roll. You get another +1 from the help roll. That's already a power of 5. I'm going to let you re-roll that.
Okay, so +1 from the help, +1 from the boon, +2. I'm burning indignant, and then I can still use punk outfit and evade pursuers, or if I'm burning, I can't use.
No, it's not gonna click in anyway.
Just burn. Got it. And change the game. Thank you for the boons, everybody.
let's hear it for the boon.
9.
That's 9.
Okay.
Wild success. Much better than the miss. Thank you for the help, everyone.
Let's give the boons a chance.
Right. The power should have been 5. Doesn't matter. You totally can get out of the cage.
Perfect.
And using your buckle. How creative. That's definitely something that the gingerbread witch cannot deal with, the creativity of her victims. And I'm just going to take off this token and this status. You are a free Luke.
Perfect. Now I'm feeling good. Green arcane energy starts to crackle at my hands.
Hey, good to see you, friend.
It looks like she underestimated us. What's new?
What? I think she estimated us pretty good.
Yeah, she estimated you just right. Sorry, Scarlett.
Yeah, this woman is Hans just runs towards her and says, "Rachel, you got to stop this. We can't continue to do this. It's just going to ruin you." And she says to him, "Give me a break. These people, they're never going to stop me." And she snaps her fingers again, and creatures start crawling out of the darkness. And these creatures are orange, burnt, with this 3 dots of oozing white matter on their chakras. A little bit like gingerbread men. And she kind of says to you, this is what happens to people who try to resist me when I try to take what I want.
That's stupid.
Scarlet, you got a boon for your cheek piercing.
Thanks. It'll heal good. I'll get a spacer for it.
There you go.
Why don't you just all be good little children and step right into the oven, just like Leckermall, just like all the people who actually got out of here, if you don't want to end up like these guys.
Is the oven just like just like a giant furnace?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what it is.
I'm afraid we can't do that.
Why not? You're not going to remember anything. You're going to live a very quiet life. What does this legend do for you anyway? It only gave you trouble. It only gave you problems.
Talelak, you mind putting that fire out?
And I say, you mean this oven? And then you see my eyes light start to like electrify as a thunderbolt hits me from behind, transfers through me, and then blasts straight into the furnace.
Ooh, okay.
Guys, I think we're supposed to get her into the furnace. Oh.
The furnace. Let's see. Smashing the furnace.
I'm okay with this.
I like that the furnace is going to blow up next to me.
Well, you know,
Okay, go for it. Hit with all you got.
hopefully you'll get blown clear.
I keep showing up my hood. Bodie, I need my hood.
All he has to do is throw you the hood.
Bodie! Bodie,
Hey.
I need my hood.
Here's your hood. I'll throw it to.
Oh wait, that's not right. Oh, yeah, that is right.
Hit with all you've got. Very good. So your power, I don't know how it's coming up as 2. What tags did you use?
Call upon the storm. Sorry, no. Thunderbolt, an electrifying gaze. Actually, it should be 4, I guess, right?
Yeah, because you get a +2 from.
I didn't add. I just forgot. I accidentally hit
Cool.
roll without hitting the extra 2.
So you can choose if you're gonna go full on. You can even do a tier 5 status here.
Well, I mean, inflicting statuses has only proven horrible for us so far. And so I'm trying to think. Take her a superior position.
Inflict
good,
heal on her, it'll hit
more
us.
of them. You use. You control the collateral damage.
That's a good idea.
You hold. Nah. You hold the person.
Yeah, that'd be good for the person above the furnace.
Yep.
So I'm gonna choose 2, right? So I am gonna contain the collateral damage.
Thanks.
Largely in
That's
favor
important.
of Scarlet not getting hurt. And then it's gonna be tier 4, right?
It's gonna be tier 4 unless you upgrade it to 5.
Yeah, right now with everything you've been doing, you squirrely GMU, I have zero interest in upping the tier on this thing right now.
I mean, there's a very clear power here, but we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh no, you're not actually mad. I was just kidding. I'm actually just gonna gain the upper hand and get juice 1.
Cool. You get juice 1 and you deal a tier 4 status, which not
I mean, the
quite
status I would
smashy.
like to inflict is explosive discharge, but I don't know. I'm trying to blow that thing up.
Got it. The lightning does hit it, and and it actually cracks. So we're gonna give it at this point crack 3 because it can take some of that of what you're dishing, but there's a big explosion. You do control the lightning, so it miraculously does not go up the metal rod that's up Scarlet's face.
I actually like more the idea that it goes up the metal rod, but just shoots out the end and discharges harmlessly.
I didn't actually
precise.
stop holding back.
That's okay. But the charge is so powerful that the furnace is starting to crack. Absolutely.
It's okay, the wound's getting cauterized, everyone.
Okay, so Scarlet, Bodhi, if you want to take the risk and throw her the thing
Yes.
before she acts, that's up to you guys.
I would like to throw the cloak.
I will say that these are closing in.
Is throwing the cloak gonna have to be a roll, or do I just get it?
No, there definitely has to be a roll. You have to take the risk, Bodhi, to do it well.
Alrighty, take a risk. What tags could I use to help out Scarlet here?
You have the cloak throwing tag.
Use your incredible sports abilities, Bodhi.
You know.
Ouch.
I will use. Can I use the compassion imparted on me by my super mom?
Sure, you can even call her Supermom if you want. She's a pretty omnipotent creature. But yeah, you can use the compassion if you feel that it's something that is kind of touching Bodhi, that to see Scarlet wounded this way.
Yeah, Scarlet's wounded and in danger, and I have to help my new friend. So I shall take a risk.
Go for it.
I have clicked it, and it shall pop up soon. There it is. It's a mild success.
9. Things get messy. The MC will offer you a hard bargain or an ugly choice. Okay, so you throw you definitely throw successfully. But as you're doing this, basically you're noticing that this little guy behind you is already climbing on the edge of the crate that you're on. So either he's going to hit you with a status, or you're going to kind of like dodge in the last minute, but the red hood will not completely make it over to Scarlet. It'll be just out of reach.
We'll take the status effect. I'm like, Scarlet, look out! And I will throw my hood.
So very heroic. In that case, you should take corrosive burn 2 as he touches you with this white ooze that's completely it's just like phosphorus. It's like burning. So why don't you face danger from corrosive burn 2? And Scarlet, you have thanks to the multiple sacrifices of Bodhi, you have your hood.
Yeah, I think when he actually throws it, when it gets close enough to me, it actually like jumps onto me and like equips itself onto me. Is it like
since this is a result of me failing, can I use my if at first you don't succeed?
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that sounds good.
I shall do that, and then I shall face danger like a hero.
Of course, we also have weakness tag that we haven't been invoking, but this is a one shot, so we're just going with it.
Mild success.
You partially do it. You do get a mild corrosive burn, which is one, which is going to be impeding your moves going forward. Scarlet, you have the.
So
you have the cloak.
I want to try to unimpale myself.
That's a good idea.
I want to try to pull my face off of this pipe.
You are booned, remember, for the impalement.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can use that. Change the game. So you're already with +1. What else can you do?
So I'm gonna go strength to go on.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna stop me. Now protected by the hood.
Yeah, that's 3.
And that's it. I got nothing else.
Roll for it.
Let's change that game. That's a 7. No.
Oh my god!
The good thing about change the game is that it doesn't actually have negative effects on a 7. It just makes your juice a little less effective, but it's perfect for recovering from statuses. So you can use 2 juice to remove the status.
So I keep my face as a wolf as I pull it out, but then as I do, I've got like a huge. I like change my face back into Scarlet, and it's got like a huge gash in the side.
Wow.
Want to know how I got these scars? Just right there. It just happened.
You still have 1 point of juice, by the way. You can use it to boost your next action or create a special tag if you want it.
I'm gonna use it for my next action because I also want to say something to Hans.
Yeah.
Not the big one, the little one.
No, Hans.
I say to Lil Hans, how do we stop her? She seems to be, in over her head right now.
I would say that's a convince.
Hell
He
yeah.
knows how to stop her, but is he going to tell you?
Can I use seems trustworthy?
Yeah, absolutely. In
In
fact, you might want to burn that one.
Yeah, let's burn seems trustworthy just to really make this work. So convince Hans. We're on your side.
Success!
We're on your side, man.
Yeah. So the way convince works is you tell me what's the status Hans gonna get if he doesn't tell you. What's he gonna feel? What's the position you're gonna put him in if he doesn't tell you?
Like guilty. Like
Sure.
it's his fault. All of this is happening because of him.
Crippling self-doubt.
Yeah.
What do you say to make him feel that? If we can just hear a little bit more of that's kind of going to decide. He gets to decide now.
I like hold my cheek and I'm like, listen, man, we saw what she did to your grandma. That's not cool. Seems like she was pretty rad. Grandma liked to get wild, and I don't think she's going to be doing that anymore because of this Rachel. Because Rachel over here, she's kind of effed up. So if you can help us stop her, you'd be. I mean that all the things I just said, for the
He
reasons.
says, "She's not my grandmother. She's the crazy person that built this place."
Oh well, she seemed kind of well. That's gonna happen to us, and we seemed cool, didn't we? We offered to help you, a random DJ that we never knew, and now Rachel here's gonna suck our juice out. And we're gonna be husks. I don't understand. I don't really understand what's going on. I'm getting really dizzy from all this blood loss. But
Well, when you put it that way, Scarlet, it doesn't sound so bad.
shut up, shut up, Luke.
Hans is kind of really confused. He's stuck in the middle. He's saying, she's my sister. I'm not going to just betray her.
We're not gonna kill her, dude. Just help out before. I don't know. Maybe we'll kill you. That'll help. Can you teleport?
And, these guys are kind of closing in more and more and more. And Hans is starting to feel they're obviously not going for him for some reason. His sister seems to be not interested in doing anything bad to him, but she's looking at him and she says to him, "Really, Hans? That's what you're gonna do? You're gonna help them defeat me? I've provided for us. You wouldn't be a DJ if I didn't give you all this candy. You'd just be like a Z-class DJ, playing, barely getting like a place to play in on the weakest night on Mondays."
Hans plays some of my favorite house beats. I love his Daft Punk remixes.
I followed Han on Insta years ago. You did nothing for him.
Han's been on that grind for years. He and I had a conversation about the 50 deep playlist he would have put in the back of Bodhi's fight, and that playlist was fire.
Your glasses are stupid, Rachel.
They don't even look functional.
Totally. Hans just turns to Rachel and says to her, "Rachel, you got to stop this. This isn't you. This isn't just a way to make. It's just a way to make money. It's not worth it. I have everything that I ever wanted, and it just feels totally empty." And she just doesn't. She says, "You don't get it. I'm never going back to being hungry again. Forget it."
I've got an attack right up my sleeve. I'm ready to go.
Hans is kind of like, let's say he's kind of in the middle. He's going to make a decision real soon. Luke, what do you do?
I'm gonna scream, "Emerald Bullet!" And the big guy's gonna pick me up. and pulse with green energy and put me in a green shell and throw me with the strength of 1,000 men straight at Rachel while she's talking to her brother to just blast her as hard as I can with kinetic energy.
Idiot.
Okay.
This isn't gonna work.
And if possible, I would like to make this a stop holding back maneuver. I've seen her dodge. I've seen her get away from the stuns and teleport around. I want to hit her with everything, with every bit of my giant green magical giant's energy.
All right, that's a different story. That's the Battle of Mythoid, and let's say that in order to, okay, so let's say that in order to hit her enough to kind of like just jar her, she's very fast, and it's not fast. It's almost like a destiny thing. It's almost like hitting destiny, and in order to just kind of jar her enough for one moment for you to do something to her, that's going to be a significant sacrifice. If you want to really hit her and, give her a status, that's going to be a no return sacrifice. Which one do you choose?
I'm good for a no return sacrifice.
Okay. Roll stop holding back, and may the force be with you.
Feeling good.
Amit, since she's kind of distracted like halfway, is there any way he can get like a +1?
That's okay.
Do you have any boons stocked up from the chat?
There's something really weird about your rolls, Gary. I'm not sure why your sheet is doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't come through.
Yeah, it's like you have. I don't know what was the roll. Let me look at it.
We should just add a
7.
1.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your how many mythos? Sorry, how many logos themes do you have? 2, right?
It doesn't have that either. It's got the 5 for over mythos. It doesn't have anything for logos.
Right, but like you have 2 purple and 2 red.
Yes, 2.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So that's a +2, and you get a 9.
I have a boon. They gave us a boon earlier I have not used because I keep on.
Let's do this.
It does not matter. If you want to go ahead and use it to make.
Let's do this.
Go ahead and take that.
Gladly. I'll gladly make it a 10. Thank you for donating the boon, Tony.
That's the deal. The what do you call it? The what breaker? Tiebreaker.
That's the one. That's the straw that broke the camel's back.
There we go. So why don't you describe, Gary, how you do this?
So, Big Hans picks me up in one hand, and you see green waves of arcane energy pulse down his hand like they're charging into me, and green flames start to build up around me. First 1 wave, then 2 waves, then 3, and I'm just this pulsing green wave of energy as her and her brother are arguing, and she's looking it down, paying us no mind. Then Hans pulls his hand up behind his head and throws me, catapults me, and I dive straight with my hands out, and in the green streak flash of an eye, you hear a loud crack as I impale with both fists right into her chest.
Okay. There is a big blast at the point of impact. It's a blast of destinies. One, the strongest magician, Iron Hans, and it propelling the bravest prince right into the destiny of the girl who always has the resourcefulness to put people who try to harm her in her place. She did it once. She did it twice to Scarlet. She did it the 3rd time to Tlaloc, but she's not going to do it another time because Luke just basically smashes right into her. As you smash her into her, Luke, you see also that, and when you get up, that you cracked something. A necklace that she had with a vial that kind of held the essence of something. I think we lost Gary. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like he's MIA.
He cracked his destiny.
Cracked his destiny.
That's it. Yeah, he's unconscious.
Unconscious. And as she kind of hanging from one of those crates, you guys can see also that this very, very radiant liquid that was in a vial on her on a necklace on her neck is kind of leaking and dripping from her side down to the floor of the warehouse. And as it does, the warehouse returns to normal.
And now we've got to deal with the other boss fight.
Exactly. No, actually, at that point, I don't remember where anyone was. But let's do it just roughly. Rachel is kind of knocked out, and Hans and all of you reappear in this drug lab, I guess.
Candy factory.
Candy factory.
Willy
That's
Wonka's candy factory.
Another name for it. And as you do that, you see this lady from the top window holds up a submachine gun and just like blasts it in an arch and says, "That's quite enough."
Hello again. Did we do it? Did we liberate you from the evil witch?
No, you just cost me the best drug I've ever had.
Like, we got like $75 worth of it, if you want that.
She's looking at Rachel and she says, "Get the hell out of here. If you can't make it, we'll just have to move on to the next product. I don't want your problems. You've been in trouble from the first day. I worked with Liquor Mall. Everything was fine. All these people start crashing in, ruining my operation. I don't need this crap. You have 5 seconds, all of you, to get out of my sight."
Okay.
I say, I start counting down. 5, 4,
Wow.
2.
As this starts to happen, I will get behind something.
Get behind me.
Awesome.
I'm going to burn Thunderbolt manipulation.
Woo! Area attack.
So what I really want to do is absolutely raise this building to the ground.
Do it.
Do it.
So my question is, am I changing the game or am I hitting it with all I have?
I would say hitting with all you've got, and you can choose to. When you choose to increase the status, you can also choose to hit more people.
Okay.
As he starts to do this, I want to see that I kind of see like press Y to do combo move, and I kind of want to try to change the game and give him a power up, essentially. If that's
Let's do that.
You want a hack code?
Yeah.
Of course. What are you going to use?
I am going to use. I know what I'm going to use. Let me find it.
Gonna give him a buff.
Where'd it go? I would like to use. I'm gonna use analyze this level to help find the spot he needs to hit.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So you're changing the game with analyze this level, trying to locate, give him a tag of like critical point or something like that.
Like,
Let's see how that goes.
Highlight in my HUD.
I have clicked change the game, and it shall pop up soon.
Yay!
You give him a +2, not just a +1 because he rolled over 10. Tony, you got +2 power. What do you got?
All right, so I already had +2 power. I get another +2 power.
Oh, actually, these stack, and you get +3 if you stack them together.
Okay,
Because you're only getting your best status.
that's fine. I burnt it, so I'm gonna hit the burnt tag, right?
Yeah, that's 3 + 3. That's a 6 power of 6.
Okay.
And you can hear the storms.
I did it. I won. I beat my own willpower.
I'm not sure, Kelly. I'm not sure that's winning. I'm not sure if you won tonight.
My stomach hurt.
Yeah, let me know.
I hit the burn tag or hit button. It doesn't look like anything happened.
Well, you have to also hit with all you've got.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
You
It
won the
moved my
prize of
power
a
up to
stomach.
9 for some reason when I did that, though.
My tummy.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. I mean, we already know the result. The result is there.
No. Burn tag for hit. There we go. All right. And then we're going to... I'm hitting it with all I've got, right?
Yeah.
Yay!
A power
Oh,
of 9. I don't know how you got to a power of 9, but
Whoa!
So I took all the bonuses, and then when I burnt it, it gave me another... Because it's a lightning ability, so I had +2 for the lightning. He gave me the other one, so that was +3. I had the tag I used... I think it may have doubled up on the power.
yeah, you have a power of 6 because
Okay.
it's your 3 from burning a tag and 3 from all the statuses.
Cool.
That's still a lot. So
Yeah.
if you're doing a tier 6 status and then choosing to affect the entire area, then yes, everyone is destroyed. You also can choose, because you have 2 options, to control the collateral damage. So pretty much you level this place without hitting any of your friends.
Yes! It's lava!
Yeah, like,
Yes, sir!
we see Talek look up into the sky, and then he yells 1 after. we see all these weak points light up in his vision for all of a sudden. As people start going behind stuff, he yells 1. Thunder just starts cracking down all over the place. And we see this entire place start collapsing down on everybody. But then when the dust clears, there's just these these 4 spots that are completely pristinely untouched. And it's where the 4 of us are standing.
Okay. Let's see. As the second you do it, just before you do it, you see her eyes kind of shrinking, turning into a fox eyes. And she says, shit. And just seconds before, transform into a beautiful, giant white fox and runs out of this place as fast as lightning.
Apparently faster.
Moments later, all that is left from this drug lab is you guys, and optionally, you said 4 spots, so I don't know if you're protecting Hans or Rachel.
I was standing next to Hans. He's right next to me.
Okay, and is Rachel dust at this point? Or
I don't know that I knew
still
where
alive?
Rachel was exactly. So Rachel's underneath Rebel somewhere. I don't know how
Okay.
Rachel is doing.
Okay, so she is near enough dust. Let's just cut it back to the diner because this drug operation has been shut down.
Well, now that she's done with, you guys want some of this candy? And I'll throw it on the table.
No.
What?
No. So since fishing is technically hunting, I think Scarlet is pulling a fishing hook with a wire at the end of it and is pulling the wire out, and she starts stitching up her cheek with fishing wire. Yeah, no, don't
weapon of sorts.
fishing rod.
I bet Hans could do a better job of patching that up with some arcane magic if you'd like.
I'm halfway done. I'm you couldn't have said that the moment I started.
I was eating a sandwich. What do you want me to do? Put down my sandwich to watch you touch your gross cheek?
All right, fine. I pull out a Bowie knife and just cut the wire and put them all back in. All right, go ahead.
Hans will reach his hand over from the booth behind where he sits by himself since he can't sit at our table and give you some arcane healing.
I pull a grubby checklist out of my pocket and let's see how Bodhi's first outing.
It's exactly like my mom said it was going to be. Nothing but meth lab explosions.
Cool. Okay, so where do you take it from here? You've shut down the operation. Do you want to do anything else? Anything? What do you do with the original gingerbread witch Lecker Mall that apparently was supplanted by Rachel?
Let's put her in a home.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
maybe we rub some of that goo on her face. I don't know. Like we give it an old school try. Like yeah, that's what we see. Like we see like we're digging through the rubble. We pull the goo out.
I'm going to call my mom.
see what she'll do.
Have her pick us up and take us to an old folks home.
Sounds good. Okay, very good, my friends. This is where we're going to wrap up. Thank you very much for an awesome game. Thank you for saving the city from the scourge of candy. And thank you for being awesome players.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you for running us through your game. Thank you, everybody who donated, followed, liked, watched. We have raised $280. That's before what I'm going to donate. So that's going to be bumping up to over 300 there.
280 incidentally is enough for 2 survivors to be accompanied to the hospital.
That's
all right.
Excellent. Yeah. We were able to help some women out, and we're just happy to do it. Our first ever charity event, great success. And then actually, I almost forgot. We have a giveaway going on here, so now I need to draw a winner.
Let's not forget the name of the charity is WAVAW, not Guava, but WAVAW.
WAVAW.
Not Guava.
Not Guava. Big thank you to Kelly for coming in. Big thank you to Tony for at Plus One EXP. Amit Moshe, the creator of City of Mist. Awesome to see you and play with you again. Thank you so much for coming. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Twitch at CasualtyCDG. You can follow Jahan at RockFact on Twitter. Tony and Kelly. Tony is at Plus One EXP. Kelly is the Mind Right. That's with a W. And Amit Moshe he doesn't have time to do two. He doesn't have time to do 2 Twitters. He's got one. You find him at City of Mist. You want to talk to him personally? I don't know how you do that. Go to his house, knock on his door.
And we have a winner. Congratulations to @IncompetentUser for winning our City of Mist giveaway.
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations! Thanks again for all the donations, everybody. Thank you for spending your Friday night with us. Tony, you have some more events going on this weekend for the charity, right?
Real quick, yeah. If you have more money that you want to get rid of, if you want to help people out, we will be running a stream tomorrow night. It is a Dungeon Crawl Classics hack. It is reskinned, rethemed. If you're not familiar with Dungeon Crawl Classics, you're level 0 characters, which means you die real easy. Everybody starts out with 4 characters and you work your way through an adventure. This one is 80s horror themed. It's called Blackout in Crater Valley by Zog. Kelly and I played it a little while ago, had an absolute blast, made it about halfway through. A lot of our characters died. When we have tomorrow night, for every character that dies, I will donate more money for every single character that goes down, and we will invite everybody else to donate more money to WAVA for every character that goes down. Also,
damn it. I can't tell if you're doing it on purpose.
That one is on purpose.
Okay.
We will donate more money to WAVA for everyone who goes down. The cool thing is the GM for that we found out during the live stream. One of the reasons we invited him to come back, Zog, the guy who wrote that game, actually is a social worker who works a lot with WAVA also too in his day-and-day job. And so we're very, very excited to be doing that tomorrow night. We'll have a couple of giveaways that we'll be doing also too. You can find that at twitch.tv/Tony+1 for sure. I think I made a longer URL for some weird reason that's like blackout for I don't know.
Kelly, do you have anything you want to say about WAVA or anything else you want to say about what you're working on?
Yeah, so if you actually go to the WAVA Twitter, they have a whole schedule of all of the Streaming for Survivors streams that are going to be going on, including Tony's, including on Sunday we're going to be playing 5th edition over at Tabletop Titties with 2 Ds, which is Char's actual play Twitch, and we will be doing Jurassic Park themed adventure, which will be a lot of fun. And later that night, Char and I will be doing Drinking and Screaming, which is our horror movie and cocktail podcast, and we'll be doing a live recording for that. all going towards survivors. So
Oh,
continue to donate.
This weekend is packed. Amit Moshe, any last words? Anything you've got coming out? Anything exciting, or just the same old busy for you with City of Mist?
Well, we have this case that we just played coming out in book Knights of Paintown, so you can go and check it out on our site, and another expansion, Shadows and Showdowns, coming out. There's a lot coming soon.
Perfect. Jahan, any last words from you?
Just thank you so much, everybody. I always knew we had great fans and friends, but I never knew how great. It's been wonderful to be able to raise money and help. And yeah, just make sure to keep following and watching. And we have a lot of stuff coming up in the future.
Thanks again, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Now it's
Make the most of it, Tony.
I pooped myself.
There it is.